Empire. Move to Riverside. Now, here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
We love Wednesdays here on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM. I guess in part because Jeff is just spreading the love today. It's a big love fest in the studio, Jeff. And we appreciate that.
I can tell you this. I don't tell the people. I'm kind of salty on this show sometimes.
Yeah, a little bit.
But I'm going to say this. I'm going to turn over a new leaf today.
A new leaf?
I'm going to try to be a lightning rod of positivity.
A pillar
of salt and positivity. I'm going to start telling everyone how much I really feel about them. Good or bad.
Oh, good or bad?
Yes.
So if it's bad, it's coming to you.
It's coming right at you. No, I'm going to turn over a new leaf. Hey, I am feeling the love. I've got good news, though. Huge news.
You do?
Oh, yeah. I came in here skipping. Have you seen me this excited about life in general?
No, because usually you're in here, you're sobbing, you're
tired.
You're grimy, you're germy, you're tired, you're salty.
Hey, I found out that I get to retire.
But you're still a young man. How do you retire?
I guess
you have a baby at home.
I got a baby and I get to retire, and I'm retiring in the year 2020. That's
like a year.
That's like a year and a half away. I get to retire, Pep.
That's unbelievable.
Oh, you have no idea. When I was coming into the studio today, and old Smetty Smed said, Jeff, you can retire. I said, what do you mean I can retire? She goes, you can retire in 2020. And I'm like, my kid's not even going to be in first grade. Neither one. I get to retire. I get to take my kids.
You're going to go to PTA meetings. You're going to say, hey, what do you do? And you're like, I do a little radio.
I do a little.
Other than that, I'm retired.
I'm retired. And I'm going to, seriously, I did tell you this, though. I have two goals when I retire. I want to take my kids to school every day.
Yes.
And then I want to work at Disneyland. And you were a little surprised, weren't you, when I told you what I wanted to do?
A little bit. But once you said it out loud and I started thinking about it, I'm like, that's a pretty sweet gig. I might join you out there.
I'm telling you.
You be a cool Jungle Cruise guy.
I would do that. That would be kind of fun.
That would be fun, too.
But no, I tell you, you're going to laugh.
Let's test it. There's the hippos. Do it.
No, you always go. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Schweitzer Falls. We're going to get back to that in just a minute. And then when you get to the other side, they go, ladies and gentlemen, it's the seventh wonder of the world, the backside of water. And everybody goes, oh. Hey, you know what the most dangerous animal is in the universe is? The bull elephant. Do you know what the second most dangerous elephant or most dangerous animal is?
His wife?
It's mother-in-law. No, this is what I want to do.
To the hippos yet?
No, hippos. Here you go, hippos. Bang,
watch
bang.
Out. Bang, bang, bang.
Bang, bang, pop, pop.
Watch out, hippos.
Hey, they're throwing spears. Pew, 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 pew.
But you don't want to do that. That's not your dream job.
My dream job at Disneyland is
being a churro maker.
No, I don't want to deal with money. I don't want to deal with rides.
No food.
What
kind of food?
I want to walk around with and I'm not kidding around.
You're gonna be the abominable snowman in the Matterhorn.
No. I'm gonna be a guy that carries a broom and a butler, and I want to sweep up popcorn all day long. I want to walk around the park in one of those white outfits and sweep popcorn. And I'm not kidding around. That's what I want to do. I can get my kids in free if I want. I'll work a couple days a week. I'll do the radio show. I'll work on Disneyland on the weekends. I'll go, hey, aren't you on Fox Sports? I'm going to go, why, yes, I am. Well, what are you doing? I'm sweeping popcorn.
What if they wanted you to be in the parade?
I would do that. I could dance. I could sing.
The singing popcorn guy.
I wouldn't mind being that guy.
Being in Fantasmic.
There's Jeff with his broom dancing in the streets.
I do. I have my entire rest of my life mapped out as of today, and I tell you what, I have a new leaf.
You've got a future.
You got a good life, Gabe.
I got a good life.
I get to retire.
You've got a plan. I get to retire under it right before I turn 50. That's pretty nice.
That is amazing.
Yeah, baby.
Jeff got it all planned out, and we've got a big show for you today, too. A lot to get to. It's all brought to you by our good friends at Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change. You'll be spoiled by great customer service and the lowest prices. Make sure you check them out off of Alessandro Boulevard every 3,000 or 5,000 miles. You guys know the drill. Keep your car going strong. We've got afternoon baseball, a matinee in the Mile High City. The Halos taking on the Rockies, and the Angels on top of Colorado right now, 7-zip. A lot of home runs. by the Halos, and not a big surprise, Jeff. You're in Colorado.
Hits and homers,
Hits
baby.
and homers, man. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, in fact, Zach Cozart took one deep. Upton homered. Rivera homered. Pujols got a double. They're all hitting all over the place. Bing, 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 bing. 7-zip. And they're going into the bottom of the ninth.
It's almost over.
It is almost over. The Halos. God, today's the best day of all time. I love you, Pep Fernandez. I love you, Greg Holla. I love each and every one of you listeners, except maybe Tim Hatch. Don't like that guy, but I love everybody else.
Jeff is full of love today.
Gosh, man, I'm happy. Couldn't be happier.
Why doesn't Timmy get love?
Hey, because he's a ding dong. He's from Detroit, Michigan.
Ultimate Match, local basketball, great.
Yeah.
Tim Hatch.
Hey, Angels, though, they're winning. The day could not get any better.
Yeah, the Halos are going to pick one up here in Colorado. It's almost final. We'll let you know when it does go final. 7-zip right now, going to the bottom of the ninth at Coors Field. The Dodgers, they lost deep in the night last night against the Arizona Diamondbacks, 8-5 in 12 innings. Kike Hernandez came off the bench. He had a home run in the ninth inning to force extra innings, and it was a Daniel Descalso three-run walk-off of the D-backs. So Arizona, first place, getting another win and a little bit more separation now on the Dodgers in the National League West. A little bit closer to home, Yasiel Puig, rehab with Rancho Cucamonga last night.
Puig.
Greg heard the game right here on Fox Sports IE. He didn't do too well. He was 0 for 4. He hit into a double play. He struck out. He did not look good. But again, don't freak out. Just a rehab assignment. Not a big deal.
I love you, Yasiel Puig.
Not a big deal. Puig 0 for 4 last night, but the Quakes did pull up with the victory at Lake Elsinore. In fact, we've got the call of Skoggy Skog, Mike Lindskog.
I love that guy.
With the play of the night. And it was another Estevez homer. Here's Mike Lindskog.
Runs and 18 runs batted in. He whacks this one into left center field and deep. Buddy Reed gives chase at the warning track at the wall. It's gone. Omar Estevez, his last bat in Visalia, was the game winner in the ninth inning. And this one looks very familiar. A solo shot out of here to the deepest part of the ballpark, 425 plus, and it's 1-0 Rancho.
That's right, Mike Skoggy Skog on the call right here on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. Big win for Rancho Cucamonga tonight, despite the 0 for 4 effort by Puig.
Hey, Omar Estevez sounds like brother of Emilio. He's the guy that almost hit the inside the park home run. It was caught.
He's good.
He's really
Maybe we
good.
should remember that name, Omar Estevez. He might be on the Dodgers pretty soon.
Brother of Emilio. Charlie Sheen.
Like, Emilio. And he was like, Emilio. Do you remember that? What movie that's from?
Yeah.
Night at the Roxbury.
Hey, what is
I don't
love,
know.
baby?
Listen,
what is love?
I don't know The Godfather. I don't know in these classic movies that you and Greg talk about, but I know Night at the Roxbury.
Hey, it's all about love, baby.
Just
all
full
about
of it today.
love.
Full of
I'm
the
telling you,
love.
man, I'm going to be positive for 15 minutes.
And then back to Old Salt.
Hey, I'm telling you.
Hey, the other big story last night was Seattle Mariners pitcher James Paxton tossing a no-hitter. It was 5-zip in Toronto last night for Seattle. Night at the Roxbury. Shake your head.
Good for that, James Paxton. No-hitter. Good job.
Hey, but it was significant for a lot of different reasons. First, he's a Canadian.
Good for the Canadians.
And he threw a no-no in Canada.
What?
It's never happened. A Canadian throwing a Major League Baseball no-hitter in Canada.
Good for our neighbors up north.
It's never happened.
Good
Pour
for them.
maple syrup all over it. It's never happened. The other thing, too, is, think about this. Major League Baseball has had 3 no-hitters already this season, which is incredible. We're still early into the season. We're still in the first quarter of the season. We've already had 3 no-hitters this season.
I love it.
And they've come in 3 different countries.
3 different countries?
Mexico, Canada, and the United States. Isn't that bizarre? Like, that's such a weird stat. When I read that, I'm like, that's true, but it sounds weird. So it happened last night in Toronto. It happened in Monterrey, Mexico. Last week it was the Dodgers combined no-hitter. And then the guy for the A's threw one in the East Bay, Oakland. So, yeah, 3 no-hitters in 3 different countries. Unbelievable. There was only 1 no-hitter all of last year. We've already got 3 so far. And we're, 6 weeks, like a month and a half into the season?
Good for everybody. Good for those pitchers. God, I love it.
And you know what they're saying? The speculation is why there's so many no-hitters?
Why is there?
Because the batters are not afraid to strike out anymore.
We've been talking
about this.
But we'll say this. In the first month, they've had more strikeouts.
Yeah, there's more strikeouts and more pitchers taking no-hitters into the later innings, like 6th, 7th inning, than ever before.
More strikeouts than hits. First time it's happened.
Because strikeouts used to be like the worst thing you could do.
Not anymore.
Now they're like, you know what? It's not really that bad. Don't have to put the ball in play. If you strike out, it's not the worst thing. So they're saying 2 reasons why the no-hitters are coming back, and they're coming back in a huge way. A, strikeouts aren't that bad. Go ahead and swing as much as you want. And B, the pitching's watered down. I mean, the bad teams are really bad. In fact, if you do the math, we've got about 7 Major League Baseball teams right now that could finish with more than 100 losses. Like, that's how bad they are. So the rich are getting richer, and the bad are just getting even worse. 7 teams could finish with more than 100 losses. Leading the way would be the Orioles and the Reds. They're absolutely the worst, the most awful teams in the league right now.
Yikes. I'll tell you what. You got to love seeing home runs. Gotta love seeing no-hitters. And I'm showing a lot of love. What other? Give me some other love, Pep. What else is there to be happy about?
You're all about the love.
I want to know what else is supposed to be happy about.
You're going to be happy about this. I mean, a big smile on your face about this.
I can't wait.
UC Riverside picked up a big baseball win last night.
Get out of here.
6-5. They sure did.
Are you kidding me?
They had a 6-run third inning against the Toreros last night, winning 6-5. Hopefully they can keep it going. They play at Fullerton on Friday. Cal State Fullerton's never easy.
Oh, good for them. We also have, the women's softball team is finishing up the season at Cal State Fullerton versus our friend Taylor Dawkins.
That's right.
So we encourage everyone out to go show some love.
Are you going to go out there?
I'm going to go out Saturday.
You're going to watch UC Riverside at Cal State Fullerton softball.
Yes, I might.
Awesome.
I'm going to wear my UCR shirt, my UCR polo, and I'm going to wear my Cal State Fullerton hat because I got to show love for my girl.
You have a Fullerton hat?
Of course. Smetty Smedberg's a Cal State Fullerton alum. So I have a Fullerton hat. I'll go see John Smith, give him a little love, give him a hug. Then I'll go give Taylor Dawkins a big hug. Then I'll go give every girl on that team at UC Riverside a hug. Because I am all about the love.
Line them up, girls. Here comes Jeff.
I want a hug from each and every one of them.
Because you're all about the love. You're just spreading the love.
Couldn't be happier. Give me some more love.
Well, Cal Baptist baseball, you're not going to like this. This might break your heart. They did lose to Dixie State last night. 8-7, yes.
Are you kidding?
They lost 8-7 at Dixie State. In fact, they've just taken the field in St. George, Utah. They're back at it, continuing that series on the road. First pitch about, 10 minutes ago, so we'll give you live updates on Cal Baptist taking on Dixie State today. But that's the bad news, but I'm going to put your heart back together. I tore you down. Now I'm going to build you back up real quick.
Please do.
CBU they rose all the way to number 3 in the West region right now. Top 6 will make it to the playoffs.
God, I love it.
They're number 3 right now.
Do you
feel better now? Do you feel better, Jeff?
I am so happy for the skipper, Gary Adcock. I love that guy. He loves CBU. Gosh, I'm happy.
Man, you are a happy, lovable guy today.
Man, I couldn't be
because yesterday you were, what's 2 adjectives to describe you? I think it was flexible and germy.
Very, very germy, very
but
flexible.
Today, very lovable.
I can't express the happiness and joy I have being in this studio on this Wednesday with all of these good stories around us. All of them.
This might turn into like an episode of Mr. Rogers.
No.
Hi, guys.
Better. Much better.
Better?
Do you have any more good news for me?
I do, but later in the show.
Oh, okay. Darn it.
Later in the show, because we got a big show here on the Inland Sports Show, we're going to talk NBA playoffs. We're almost set for the conference finals. Almost. We got one more series to wrap up here, and it could happen tonight. We got Tiger Woods talking about who is the greatest basketball player ever. Is it Michael Jordan or LeBron James? You know where I fall. I fall Michael Jordan every single time.
I do too, because I love that guy.
I'm always going with Michael Jordan. We have Sua Cravens, the pride of Vista Marietta High School, USC, the newest member of the Denver Broncos, going off on Fortnite. Do you play Fortnite?
Don't know what the hell you're talking about,
Holland, do you play Fortnite?
Hell no.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't play Fortnite?
Not a clue what you're talking about.
Have you ever heard of Fortnite?
Nope. I've heard the term, but I didn't know what it was or anything else.
It's a game that everyone is playing right now. Everybody. In fact, you see a lot of basketball and baseball players, when they celebrate, they're doing Fortnite dances.
I don't even know what that means. Pep.
Okay. Well, Sua Craven's going off on it.
I know that you go on a fortnight. That's like your fourth night, isn't it? Isn't that what that means?
A fortnight is 2 weeks.
2 weeks? Well, then I'll know in 2 weeks.
I pride myself on being a smart guy.
You know what? I will know about Fortnite in 2 weeks.
2 weeks from now.
2 weeks from now, I'll tell you all about it.
So Sua Craven's talking about Fortnite. We'll also have a live update of the CBU men's and women's golf teams. They're both at their individual regional tournaments. The women in Colorado, the men in Texas. They're both in the hunt for a regional championship. The men right now are in first place. So if they can hang on, this is the final round today, they will not only win back-to-back regional championships, they'll also punch their ticket to the NCAA tournament, which is big time for CBU golf.
I can almost not handle all of this.
There's a lot of love. I told you there was a lot more love coming your way.
Gosh, man, I don't know what else. I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. I can't contain this love, contain this happiness. Golf. Gosh, I love it.
We've got all of that plus Shaq and Sir Charles.
They love each other.
They do, but they were arguing last night.
What?
Every family argues a little bit, right?
What?
Yeah, they were mad.
Oh, Shaq.
It's all brought to you by our friends at Ken Sporting Goods. More than 40 years in the Inland Empire, bringing you all of your sporting gear needs and team sales and embroidery, letterman's jackets, screen printing. So if you've got a large order for your team, it's all good. They'll hook it all the way up. Maybe you just need a new baseball mitt, cleats. They can do that too. No order too big or too small. Go check out Ken Sporting Goods, kensportinggoods.com.
Did I tell you how much I love Ken Sporting Goods? Gosh, best place in the world to get.
That's a lot of love.
A lot of love. Too much.
Hey, if you would like to sponsor the Inland Sports Show,
I would love to.
It's easy. Just shoot us an email. It's inlandsportsshow@gmail.com. Inlandsportsshow@gmail.com. Say, hey, we love you. We love the show like Jeff loves everybody else. We want to be a part of that.
Damn, I love you guys.
When we come back, are you going to be lovable?
That's the best. You know what? I'm going to cry. That was the best 20 minutes I've ever heard from you, Pep. That was amazing. You do a great job. I just need to applaud you. You do a fine job.
I appreciate the love.
Wow.
Oh, wow. When we come back, you're going to love this. We got to get to the NBA playoffs. Nobody loves basketball like Jeff Gorham. We're going to sink our teeth into the Warriors versus Rockets. We'll also take a peek at the East because LeBron James is back. He's going to do it. So we'll talk more about the NBA playoffs. You're going to love this show. It's the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
We focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your team. Like I said, the screen printing. We also have 3 women that sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. Certain racks, certain schools, and the fun about that is that it may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast. Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
We're a small family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cajelco, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the Crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car. Whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
Hosts Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM. This segment is brought to you by Boost Performance Training in Corona with Coach Ray Bass. We love you, Ray Bass. Go check out all the cool things they're doing out there. So if you're an athlete, whether you're at the youth level, going into high school, trying to get a college scholarship, trying to make varsity, want a starting job, all those things, they can help you And it doesn't even matter the sport. From golf to lacrosse, football, everything in between, track and field. They do it all. They're going to make you bigger, stronger, faster. You can be that big stud, the big man or big gal on campus. If you go to Boost Performance Training in Corona with Coach Ray Bass, follow Boost on Instagram, follow Boost on Twitter. All right, it's gone final. The Halos picking up a big win in Colorado. 8-zip the final score. Justin Upton had himself a day. 3 hits, including a home run. And the Halos win 8-zip. They're going to be coming back home. And, Jeff, you're going to be out there Friday night. Halos and Twins at the Big A.
I will be there visiting my buddy Mike Trout. We might do a little fist bump. Then I'm going to do an elbow bump with old Albert Pujols. And then I'm going to bow to the Ohtani. I'm going to give him the old bow.
Give him the old bow.
Because I got a lot of respect and a lot of love for that MVP candidate. I called it. He's my MVP.
Already
Right now.
Jeff is calling his shots.
He got a hit today. He was 1 for 1. Did you know that?
Was he a pinch hitter?
Yes, he was. He was 1 for 1. And I always know because Ohtani is my dude.
Your favorite guy.
My favorite.
All right, there's a lot of afternoon baseball. We'll get to that a little bit later on the show. You're listening to your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. We're live, we're local, we're right here in the city of Riverside, and we do it every single day from 3 to 6 p.m. So please help us spread the word. Tell everybody you know. Put us out there on social media as well. We talk a lot of things about the Inland Empire, great athletes and teams. We'll talk more CBU golf a little bit later in the show and also CBU baseball updates. And our guy, Daryl Trujillo, is at the big Corona versus Santiago baseball game. If for high school baseball, it doesn't get any bigger than that. It will decide the champion in the land of the Big 8. These are 2 Division I powers going head-to-head twice this week. First one today, going head-to-head. Daryl's out there.
He's everywhere.
He is everywhere. He was at Murrieta Mesa softball yesterday for the Inland Sports Show. He had a great game. Murrieta Mesa is going to win that Southwestern League championship in softball. They're good. They're Division I.
Do you know why he's everywhere? Because he's a clone. He's got many, many, many versions of him. He's like an Oompa Loompa.
So I thought he had a twin.
No, he's an Oompa Loompa.
There's lots of Daryls running around.
Many Daryls.
And it's Daryl with an E. Don't get confused with all the other Daryls.
It's almost Dural.
It's almost Dural, but it's Daryl with an E.
Daryl. Daryl, he's the best statistician in the entire world.
He might be listening right now.
I love you, Daryl.
Daryl, if you're listening, you do good work every day. We don't say it enough. Jeff, you're in a very lovable mood today. You said you love me, you love Greg. Can you please just profess your love for Daryl real quick while we have a second?
If you were here, I'd shake those mini hands of yours compared to my giant paws. And I would tell you how much I appreciate you. You are the man. You are the wind beneath my wings. You are like, you're just a special human being. And we don't tell you enough. And I don't tell you enough. So there you go, Daryl. Go have at it. Go Santiago.
What about the Panthers?
Who?
Andy Wise, man.
Oh, yeah, Wise. He's really good. He's funny. Go Wise.
All right, NBA playoff action. Golden State and Houston, guys, you're getting it. That's exactly what happened last night.
Yeah.
Each won Game 5. It's over. It's going to be Rockets Warriors in the Western Conference Finals.
That's the real world championship right there.
Jeff, we had a conversation a couple months ago, and do you remember you were talking about Houston, and I said, you know what? You're kind of talking me into the Rockets. Because remember, you're like, well, they got an athletic big man in Capella.
Yeah.
They've got a big-time scorer in James Harden. They got CP3 running the point. They've got Trevor Ariza, who's a great defender on the wing. I'm like, you know what? Jeff, you're talking me into it right now.
Hey, Trevor Ariza was part of those teams of the Lakers. Do you remember that? Do you remember when Trevor Ariza was a Laker?
I sure did.
Yes. Yeah. And that was part of the lean Kobe years, but he still won a championship without Shaq.
Those were good teams.
They should have kept Ariza.
Ariza.
Yeah, he was good.
There was a reason to keep Ariza.
Well, I'm sorry. I think I'm back on your other team, Golden State now.
Me too.
Yeah. Because you know what? When we were all high on Houston and you were trying to convince me, and I was buying in.
Yeah.
Golden State was sputtering at the time.
Yeah, they had guys
hurt. Guys were hurt. Golden State was not Golden State.
No.
Now they're healthy. Andre Iguodala looks like he's 25 years old. I'm like, you know what? I'm sorry. It was a great case to make for Houston, but now I'm back on G State's side.
Well, let's just think of it this way. I think Golden State is playing, especially last night. They looked really well again. 2 games in a row, where everything seems to be clicking. The one thing that if you watch Golden State, and if you're just a novice to basketball, you can watch the ball, on the ball, action, you call it, but look away from the ball. All of the guys that are setting picks away. There's a lot of misdirection offensively that guys are open. It's a very beautiful way to run an offense. They don't dribble the ball very much, no more than 2-3 dribbles tops, and they get rid of it, and they have 5 guys, really 4 guys that can shoot. So if one shoots poorly, you still have 3 guys. I don't see Golden State, everybody at one time, playing horribly. They might lose a game here and there, but they're not going to lose 4 out of 7. I just don't see it. I don't see them losing 4 out of 7 to anyone unless somebody gets hurt. The Rockets a good team, but they only have 2 guys that can shoot. Chris Paul can shoot at times. James Harden is always a player, but he's disappeared in the playoffs the last few years. He has to prove himself in the big games. These are the big games. He's got 7 big games with Golden State.
And I think that's what sells it for me is Golden State's been there the last 3 years. They've won 2 of those titles.
Yep.
Houston's like, okay, Chris Paul's never even been to a conference finals.
First time.
You know what I mean? Like Chris Paul, all those great Clippers teams never could advance. He's playing in his first conference finals. These guys have not been there before. And I think there is something to be said for experience and having gone through something like this before. I like Golden State. I think it's going to be a fun series. It's going to be a high-scoring series. It's going to be all those things. But I like Golden State.
You know, and you can compare Golden State, and I know you don't want to go there, but the Lakers. Do you remember when the Lakers would turn it on? Remember they would always say, hey, they wouldn't play really well in the regular season. Everybody's like, oh, they're not very good. And then they had a switch. And they could do it. There was a time period of about 4 years with Shaq and Kobe where they could turn the switch.
Oh, I remember.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They
made me mad.
That's right. But they could turn the switch. And I think Golden State is built for the playoffs. And they know how to do it. They've done it, twice before. And I think that they've turned the switch. And I think they're pretty much unstoppable.
Well, I think it's going to be Warriors against LeBron again.
Can I be honest with you?
For the 4th year in a row.
I'm starting to waver on the Cavs.
Convince me.
I'm wavering.
Are we assuming Boston wins tonight and beats Philadelphia? And closes out that series?
They should. They really should. If by some chance they falter, I still think they end up playing Cleveland. But I've watched Boston now, and I didn't get to see them too much in the regular season, but their postseason, what Brad Stevens has done offensively, defensively, on certain guys, I don't think they're scared of LeBron James. And I think they're going to do exactly what I've told you in the past to do to LeBron James. You don't let him beat you. You make Love, you make Thompson, you make Smith, anybody but LeBron James beat you. I don't think the Celtics are scared of LeBron James. I don't think Coach Stevens won't let them be scared of him because I think he's going to have a good game plan. And I think Boston Celtics are going to upset Cleveland.
You do?
I am on the bandwagon of. I don't like Boston at all. Yeah. In fact, I hate them more than anybody.
But today,
I'm showing them a little love because I think they are
a lovable guy.
I think they are the better basketball team. Best player on the planet right now, LeBron. Best team, Boston.
That's why I asked Tracy Murray. Was it Monday?
Yes.
I think it was Monday. I asked him, is this the last time that we will see LeBron James in a conference finals? Because let's just assume that he's going to stay in the Eastern Conference. Okay?
Yes.
I think Philadelphia and Boston are going to be the teams to beat going forward. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like if he stays in the East, because if you come out West, you know you're going to have Golden State to run up against. But if you stay out East, you're going to have an easier chance. But now we see the rise of the Celtics and the 76ers. And I can't believe I'm saying this because he's still in his prime. LeBron's window might be closing.
I think his window has closed in the East. I don't see him going to Philadelphia.
If he stays with Cleveland. Now, if he goes to San Antonio or he goes somewhere else, goes to Philadelphia, okay, well, all bets are off. Now
it changes the dynamic.
Yeah, it changes everything.
But I do think Boston, though, I think with the addition of the subtraction of Kyrie Irving, they are a better ball club. They've played together. They've learned how to win as a team. Sometimes when you have great players like LeBron James, Kyrie Irving, you learn how to win based on what they do.
Yes.
There isn't a guy. You can't say Al Horford is your guy. You can't say Tatum is your guy. You have to say it's a collective. One guy might play really well one game, a guy you didn't expect to win. They run a better offense. They run team defense, and they talk. A lot of NBA teams don't talk, but the Celtics are a talking team. They look like a college team with professional athletes, and that's why I'm going with Boston.
You know, it's such a different dynamic from the Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, Rajon Rondo. You know what I mean? Like, they had big-time superstar Hall of Fame talent, and now they're doing it with a bunch of guys that I have to dig through the box score to find out, you know, who these guys are. I know who Gordon Hayward is, and I know Kyrie Irving, obviously. But these other guys, I'm like, I got to look them up.
Well, you look at Terry Rozier, 18.3. Jason Tatum, 18.3. Al Horford, 17. Jaylen Brown, 16. Marcus Morris, 12. Marcus Smart, 10. That is 6 guys in double figures. Any one of those guys could go for 30 on you in a night. I don't think Cleveland can stop all 5 or 6 of those players. I know LeBron can, but I don't know if it is enough. I don't think LeBron James, or I don't think Kevin Love can guard Terry Rozier or Jason Tatum. I think they're too quick. I think they're too athletic for him, and I think they're going to pull him out, and they're going to take advantage of that defense of the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Game 5 for Boston and Philadelphia is tonight. The Celtics can go for the knockout punch and try to advance to the conference finals to meet LeBron James and the Cavs. Jeff, one last question for you in this segment as we're talking NBA playoffs here on the Inland Sports Show on this very special, lovable edition on this Wednesday.
Showing a lot of love, baby.
Is your favorite player Kevin Love?
No. No, I like Kevin Love.
He's coming around.
He's coming around.
I mean? He's kind of like the old Minnesota Timberwolves Kevin Love. Coming around a little bit,
but
you know?
Honestly, I think he's
doubles.
I will say this. I think he's been the scapegoat for the Cleveland Cavaliers this entire season. Anytime anything went wrong, I think we saw it last season. I think Kyrie Irving, a lot of those guys pinpointed, hey, Kevin Love's the scapegoat. I think he's a very good player. I think he's limited athletically against very athletic teams. I think that's where I think Boston will have their day with Kevin Love. Other guys, Thompson, Smith, those guys are going to have to step up.
Someone's going to have to.
Because I don't think it's the kind of ball game Kevin Love will play well. They won't play well.
Well, I just read something on, I think it was CBS Sports, that the rise of Kevin Love and Kyle Korver, guys who've been around the league for a while. I know J.R. Smith has too. Tristan Thompson, But the other guys, they've done this a long time, and they need them to kind of have that spark of the guys they used to be to give Cleveland a chance. And Cleveland's gotten hot. At the same time, these guys have kind of started turning things around a little bit.
Well, Korver's a guy that can score. You leave him open, he can shoot the ball.
Three-point shooter, right?
He can shoot. But defensively, guys have quick first steps. He's long in the tooth, athletically, quickness.
He's like 37, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean,
how is he 37? I can't.
You just got to think of it this way. Defensively, they will exploit Kevin Love. They will exploit Kyle Korver. They won't exploit LeBron James, but they just don't have enough. It's going to be a long series. If Cleveland does get out, it's because of LeBron James. If they don't, it's because Boston has a team, a full team.
All right, later in the show, we're going to talk about the legacy of LeBron James. We're going to get into that and where he stacks up with the greatest of all time and all these appearances in the NBA Finals, trying to go for 8 straight NBA Finals appearances for LeBron James. When we come back, we're going to talk Tiger Woods, Phil Mickelson, and Ricky Fowler, the pride of Marietta Valley High School, an IE guy, one of our own. So we'll talk a little golf, and we'll get Tiger's take on who is the greatest basketball player of all time. You want to hear this? What does Tiger Woods think?
I care what Tiger Woods. That's why I said I will talk golf when he's playing. It is relevant when he's not.
This is the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. But first, here's Shaquille O'Neal with his tip of the day on the Inland Sports Show.
This station presents Shaquille O'Neal's Big Challenge Tip of the Day.
Hey kids, between meal snacks is like free throws. It's okay to miss most of them.
Stay tuned to this station for another Shaquille O'Neal's Big Challenge Tip of the Day.
Inland Empire sports fans turn to the Inland Sports Show.
You talk through the radio?
On Fox Sports IE 1350 for breaking news, exclusive interviews, and big-name guests in the IE.
There's something happening in Edible Arrangements, and it's not only a...
I played once upon a time at Centennial High School. I was actually on the first ever CIF championship team back in 2000, and then my senior year we won it again. I think that's my passion because I've done it. You know, I know exactly where these athletes are at. I know what their mindset is right now. I know how hard it is to, number one, find a performance coach who can take you to the next level. What sets us apart has to be, you know, how we work with our athletes and what we know. We can take an athlete and you know, help them reach their athletic potential, you know, help them, you know, prevent injuries, help get them stronger. I know every single athlete who steps into this gym. I know exactly where they're at, and I'm going to progress them every week. If you're not getting results, then, you know, really what's it about? We're going to deliver something that's measurable, you know, in terms of speed, power, you know, strength, agility.
Focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. Just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. Come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
education. But could it be that once again you are angry at something else and are looking to take it out on me?
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
And welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM. It's a very lovable Wednesday here around the studio. Jeff just spreading the love. Real good mood, loves everything. He's sitting back. He's got his feet up. You're like a brand new man today, Jeff, in the Inland Sports Studio.
Because, hey, it's not too many days in your life you're told you can retire. I can retire, my friend.
Well, my first question to you was, are you excited because, well, you don't have to, like, have another normal job? Or B, the flip side of it is, you feel old.
No.
Like you're old, like you're almost in the grave.
Not me. I feel virile. I feel like I could go out and make like 10 kids. I'm going to tell old Smetty Smed, ask her if she wants any more children.
Well, you have a 1-year-old.
I do. I can keep
you
going.
Pop out some more.
I feel fantastic. When they say, Jeff, you can retire, I can never be happier.
Sports Show is brought to you by our good friends at Catalano Motors in Corona off of Temescal Canyon Road. Make sure you ask for the weekly special. You will save thousands of dollars. So if you like wasting money, sure, go somewhere else. If you want to save your money and get the best deal possible when purchasing a new-to-you car or truck, please go to Catalano Motors in Corona. It's off of Temescal Canyon Road. You can even go check it out online before you head over there. Go to their website, CatalanoCars.com, see what they got, and you'll see that Pep speaks the truth. Why would I lie to you? We're all friends here in the IE. I wouldn't do you guys dirty like that, would I, Jeff?
No! You're a good guy, Pep, sometimes. So most of the time.
Catalano Motors in Corona off of Temescal Canyon Road. Hey, you got real excited because I said, hey, we're going to talk some golf today.
You're darn right I was excited to talk golf. Guess what?
What?
I was watching a little TV last night watching golf, and I saw a lot of smack talking. And I immediately let you know there was a lot of smack talking going on in the PGA Tour.
Well, Tiger Woods and Phil Mickelson are going to be in the first group. They're going to be together at the Players' Championship. And this doesn't happen a lot, and it's been a while. I think it's been at least 3 or 4 years since they've been in the same group. And Tiger Woods and Phil Mickelson were saying at a press conference for the Players' Championship that, you know, it would be pretty fun to go just like one-on-one, have money on the line, Tiger versus Phil, two of the greatest of all time. Do you remember they used to do this, Jeff? Because I used to work, I used to do TV for ABC affiliates.
I remember that.
And I used to always love the made-for-TV golf events because that meant we didn't have the early local news that night. And I had a Monday night to just hang out with the family, go out to dinner, do one of those things because they had, I know one of them for sure was the Battle at Bighorn.
Wasn't it like nighttime golf?
It was. It was Tiger Woods against, I think it was David Duval. They used to do that, like two golfers, one-on-one, made-for-TV event, like, again, at night, which was crazy. And I think it was out here in the desert.
It was.
Out here in Palm Desert area. So there's been a lot of scuttlebutt that, hey, wouldn't it be cool to see Tiger versus Phil, one-on-one, money on the line, just two of the greatest, stars that golf has ever seen, but only those two guys on the course, one-on-one.
Well, we're going to see that, and then there's an added bonus.
Oh, it gets even better.
Yeah. So they got, is it Ricky Fowler as well?
Yeah, so the threesome that's going to tee off at the Players' Championship, at least for the first round, is going to be Ricky Fowler, Phil Mickelson, and Tiger Woods. If you're a golf fan, it doesn't get any bigger than that. Like, that is absolutely huge. Fowler is the 2015 champion at the Players' Championship. Mickelson won it in 2007, Woods 2001 and 2013. They've got them all in the same group to tee off on Thursday, which is unreal.
And for those of you that don't know, Tiger and Phil haven't always liked each other. They've been kind of enemies.
Sure.
They didn't like each other. They said just recently at the last Masters, they spoke in the team locker room, and they kind of got along. So now that they've started a friendship, there was a lot of smack talk last night.
Yeah. But it was friendly, you know what I mean?
Kind of.
It was like...
It was pointed.
Yeah.
There was a lot of love, just like I'm feeling.
It wasn't like Shaq and Charles Barkley, which we'll get to later on the show.
No. But it wasn't also...
But golf needs that.
It does.
Like, I'm not a big golf guy, but when there's drama around it, I'm in.
Yep, I agree.
I'm in, So anyway, Tiger and Phil, they're stealing all the headlines, having some fun at the press conferences leading up to the Players' Championship. But they also asked Tiger because, I know some people say Jack Nicklaus, the Golden Bear, is the best of all time, but Tiger Woods might be the best of all time. So naturally, you ask the best of all time, who's the best of all time in basketball? If anyone would know, it's someone who's on top of the sport, right? Tiger Woods. So they said Tiger. Because if you think about it, Tiger Woods' legacy has kind of crossed over from, the tail end of Michael Jordan and into LeBron James. They said, Tiger, who's the greatest? Michael Jordan or LeBron James?
What'd he say?
Do you know who Tiger Woods picked?
No.
LeBron or MJ?
No.
Yeah, neither do I, because he really didn't answer the question too well. Here's Tiger Woods from the Players' Championship. And of course, they're talking golf, but the reporters, they had to sneak in a question about Michael Jordan or LeBron James as the greatest ever, as the GOAT. And Tiger first addressed, well, a GOAT, does that mean you're good? The meaning of the word GOAT has changed. It used to be like,
changed.
If you're the GOAT, you're the worst.
It means you've choked.
Here's El Tigre.
Your take, who do you have? Well, first of all, when I was growing up, GOAT was a bad thing. Right?
It's changed.
It has changed. And they're both great in different ways. I think that if you look at MJ, he was a prolific scorer and played defense like no other. He's always first team, all defense. But LeBron's different. He's like a hybrid of MJ and Magic, which is so different because he's bringing the ball up a lot. MJ never really did that. I mean, he had Pip as a point forward, a lot of times, and you would think that that's kind of LeBron-ish, but they're very different in how they help both teams. What MJ did, getting to the finals and dominating the league like he did it in a different way than LeBron's doing it. It's just because of the nature of their body, the build, and their game, and their mental makeup. But at the end of the day, they both win, and they're both guys that we look at and say, it's unbelievable what they're doing, and they're just changing the game and the game how it's played. We didn't.
All right, so that's Tiger Woods. Two things that strike me. One, he didn't answer the question. He didn't.
No.
I wanted him to say LeBron or Jordan was the greatest of all time. In my book, it's always Michael Jordan. Hey, LeBron's had a great run, 7 straight NBA Finals. He's won 3 of them. Michael Jordan was 6-0. 6-0.
And he took 2 years off to play baseball.
He took 2 years off to play baseball. He had to go through the bad boys of Detroit, Magic Johnson and the Lakers. I mean, there were so many good teams, at least in my book, that he had to go through. Even those Karl Malone, that Jazz team with John Stockton, I like Michael Jordan.
If I was to pick Michael Jordan right now, but it's kind of hard to compare the two because they're in 2 different eras. They're
well, that's what Tiger Woods said, right?
Yeah, I mean their style of play is a lot different. That's like comparing Wilt and Kareem. That's like comparing Magic and Bird. There's just they have different styles of the game. Michael Jordan though was a killer. LeBron, and just until recently, wasn't a killer. Michael Jordan was a killer, just like Kobe. Kobe was a killer. You can't compare Michael to Kobe.
No.
Different guys.
And what also struck me about that Tiger Woods, he knows basketball. Did you hear it? It wasn't like he was just saying, I watch LeBron, every once in a while. Like, he was breaking down LeBron's game.
Yeah, he's a Laker guy. Remember, he's a Southern California dude.
He is a SoCal
I bet
guy.
you if you asked him who the best player of all time is, he wouldn't have said either one. I bet he would have said
Kobe.
No.
Kobe.
No,
Who?
he's because he's older. Tiger's old. He probably would have said Magic. I would, of course, say Kareem. My guy, Tracy Murray, agrees with me. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And you and I talked about this last week.
Tracy Murray says Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is the greatest of all time.
Yes, Kareem is the greatest.
Well,
I
Tracy
told
Murray's
you last
come
week.
in the studio, right?
Yes, he's coming in next
All right,
week.
I'm going to ask him that.
And I will tell you, I showed you the stats.
You showed me the stats.
You remember that? That was last week.
Are they impressive? Yes.
Kareem was the 3-time National Player of the Year, 3-time national champion, Rookie of the Year, MVP 4 times, NBA champion 6. You can't compare. Never lost. High school, college, pros, greatest. MVP separated. It was like 14 years separated from his first MVP to his last MVP. Kareem, they changed the game. They changed the rules for Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. GOAT.
You make a good case.
GOAT, my friend. GOAT.
All right, when we come back here on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM, if you play Fortnite, and I know you do because everyone out there in the world does except for Jeff and Greg Holla. Everyone else plays Fortnite. If you play Fortnite, Sua Cravens of the Denver Broncos and formerly Vista Marietta High School, he's got a message for you. We're going to play it for you. Sua wants everyone to know out there about Fortnite.
You know, Sua's crazy. He's nuts.
He's a little nuts.
He's nuts.
Yeah, that's why we're going to play it. We love Sua Cravens. Also, Ichiro and Tom Brady, how they are connected and how Ichiro dissed Tom Brady.
What?
Why would he do something like that?
Because Tom Brady dresses like a Three Amigo.
Like a goth mariachi band member. When we come back, we'll have that plus your MLB scores from this afternoon and a CBU baseball update. They're playing on the road at Dixie State. We'll be back at your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show, on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
He was definitely a great owner, one that the players loved. He gave me everything I wanted. You know, I wanted one extension, he gave it to me. I wanted a second extension, he gave it to me. I wanted a third extension, he traded me.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
We're small, family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cajelco, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the Crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car. Whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
right? I've been frozen for 30 years, okay? Throw me a frickin' bone here.
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Hey, it's a very special, lovable Wednesday edition of the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM. I'm so happy you could join us today. Hump Day. Jeff Gorham, Greg Holla. I'm Pep Fernandez. Just holding it down on a Wednesday here in the IE. We are based in Riverside every single day of your life, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. on the one and the only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM. We're brought to you by Spoiled. Quick, quality oil change. Spoil yourself and your car. Go in there every 3,000 or 5,000 miles and get that oil change. Keep your car going strong, or your truck, or your SUV, or your minivans, whatever you got. Spoiled. Quick, quality oil change. You've never heard of Fortnite, Jeff?
No, I hear. You know what? I'll take that back. I hear kids because I work at a school. I'm around teenagers all the time. I've heard the term Fortnite. I have a 12-year-old. He says something about Fortnite, but even he won't play it.
Why?
I don't know. Just because he says it's a ripoff of something. I don't understand what all that stuff means because all I do is still play Pong and Pac-Man,
Asteroid,
and Galaga.
Donkey Kong.
Oh, I'm good at Donkey Kong. In fact, I have Donkey Kong on my Nintendo DS.
Oh, look at you.
My little handheld
Fancy.
game. Oh, yeah. I play it all the time. I'm always playing the video games.
You know what my wife told me the other day? What? So glad you're not a video game guy.
Neither am I.
That's what she told me.
Do you have a video game system?
Okay, so I think it's called a Switch.
You have the Switch?
The Nintendo Switch.
You got the Nintendo Switch?
My mother-in-law.
Wow, look at you.
My mother. Is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, that's top of the line
Is
Nintendo.
it?
Yeah.
Most of us got PS2s. You got
I got I have a PS3. I don't even have a PS4.
Oh. My mother-in-law and us went in and bought it for my oldest.
Yeah.
Wow.
Isn't that fancy?
I thought you were
Really?
I thought you were just a peasant. Pep.
I am.
You are a rich guy.
I think you and Rich Jeff can hang out.
Oh, do you have the Switch, the Nintendo Switch, Pep Fernandez, old peasant Pep? Do you?
Yeah, I do.
That makes you so wealthy. What are you doing over there in Redlands in your mansion? You're crazy rich, aren't you?
I got a lot of money.
Wow. Now you can hang out with me. Before you were just a peasant. You could come over and clean my pool, clean my house, and pick up my cat poop out of the box. Other than that, you were not allowed. But now that you have the Nintendo Switch, you are allowed to come into the Gorham house. Shoeless, of course, because your dirty shoes are never allowed unless you're wearing paper goulashes. Because anybody that comes to my house has to wear paper goulashes. Do you know what those things are?
Yeezys?
No. If you wear your peasant Pep shoes, you're allowed to come in as long as you grab the paper socks that go over those dirty, dirty shoes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Like a scrub nurse.
Yes, I don't allow your kind. Do you know what your kind is, Pep?
Well, I'd love to hear this.
Short and funny looking. And I don't allow. What kind of car are you driving these days? Is that a Dodge Dart? Is that a Dart? Or is that a little Mini Cooper? If it's a Mini Cooper, I might allow it. Or is that a smart car? Because either way, if it's not the Mini Cooper, you're not allowed. Smart cars, I throw those away. They're disposable cars. I have 16 of them in all of my garages. I only need one garage to put the 16 smart cars, and I use them like toilet paper. I discard them after I use them one time. But yes, Pep, you are so wealthy with your Switch.
Is it really that?
Oh, yes.
I had no idea.
Yes, it is. You really have the Switch?
Yeah. I didn't know it was a big. Like honestly, I didn't know it was a big deal.
Yeah,
my kids never play it.
They don't?
No.
You can. I think that's the thing.
We only had one. We only got them the first game. It's some Super Mario something.
I think you can take it and hook it up to your TV. And
that's what we do. It's on the TV.
But you can take it around too, can't you?
Yeah, they can sit on the couch and play it on their little handheld device.
Man, you are so fancy.
Is it?
Yeah, you're fancy.
Man, I had no idea.
Yeah, you're fancy. I thought with that little smart car of yours.
No.
What is that? A smart car you have?
It's not.
Is it a toboggan?
It's very intelligent, but it's not a smart car.
Do you drive a toboggan in here?
Yeah.
Because I see.
It's like a go-kart.
It is tiny.
It's like a go-kart.
I'm gonna get you a new car. When we become rich and famous, I'm gonna buy you a new car.
Do you record recording the show, Jeff?
Yeah.
Or Greg Hollow?
I'm gonna make you a bet.
Okay.
When we go national.
You rolling, Holla? Okay.
I'm gonna buy you any kind of car you like.
Anything
you like, Pep Fernando's. Anything, because I'm wealthy. Just know. And I will.
But I got a Nintendo Switch. I'm pretty wealthy.
Yeah,
too.
you've put yourself in a whole different tax bracket.
The IRS might go after that.
Yeah, you got to be careful.
I'm going to get audited
You
after
gotta
this
be careful.
show.
Oh yeah, you know what? I'm going to buy you a brand new car.
Awesome.
Your choice. What would be your choice of car? Get any choice in the world. Your car. Something fancy schmancy.
See, that's really hard. That's really hard.
Don't sound humble. Let's go.
No, but honestly, it's
no
really
modesty.
hard for me because I don't know what I would get.
Yes, you do. No, don't you? You're in a house with 3 women or 4 women. You have 4 women in your house and you, right?
You know what I'd really like to get?
Modesty. Forget the modesty. Don't say it.
No.
Just let's. This is just like if you won the lottery. If you won the lottery and you could buy, say you won $1 billion in the lottery, you have to buy a fancy car. What fancy car do you buy?
A 1939 Ford Woody wagon with the wood paneling on the side, like the old surf car.
Can we go to commercial? Are you serious?
Yes.
Why would you want that?
They're cool.
Okay, forget the coolness.
I thought you said any. What happened to your offer? You just said you were taking. I could pick out any car I wanted. Any car but that one.
Any car but that one. Give me like a. I was thinking like a sports car.
Let's get a car that's above $50,000. Okay.
Let's get no. He goes. I want to get a Woody. I mean, come on. We've all got Woodies. Come on. Tell us, what would you get sports car wise?
I have no idea. I'd get a Mercedes-Benz SUV.
You are the most boring.
I'm
guy.
boring, dude. I'm so
seriously?
boring. I am, dude.
I showed a lot of love for you today. It is now turned to hatred because you can't pick out a sports car. A sports car.
Lamborghini?
I'll take one.
Oh man. You said I want a Woody?
Yeah, you told me I could go pick out any car I wanted.
But you don't even surf. The only way you should drive around, you would not surf.
I would go surfing.
No, you
It's
did.
been a long time.
It would have been worse. You
died.
could have said he wanted a Saturn.
Yeah.
I had a Saturn.
Geo Metro.
I had Geo Metro.
Geo Metro, please. No, what would you pick, Jeff? I would never buy you a car, but if I was going to offer and say, what car do you want, what would you pick?
Oh, there's many. I've had many, my friends. I've had many.
What kind of car would you wear your racing gloves with?
With my racing gloves?
Yes.
I would probably a Ferrari. I had a BMW that was probably my dream car at one time, but now I'd have to say I want a Ferrari old school 308 GT, like Magnum PI.
Whoa.
Yeah. I'd probably
go the mustache?
Yeah, of course I would. You're darn right. I'd walk around with small OP shorts and my Aloha shirt and my mustache because I'll tell you what, I got a chest hair like you wouldn't believe.
Is it bad?
Oh, it's not bad. It's wonderful. What are you talking about? Dude, I look like a straight 70s.
Is it
I'm
what
like
I'm
a
saying,
70s
what I'm trying
porn
to say
star.
is it unruly?
Oh, it's definitely unruly. It is unmanageable, but it sticks out of my shirt, and I am the coolest SOB when I go to Hawaii every time. I put on my Detroit Tigers hat.
Puka shells?
Puka shells, flip-flops. I am Magnum, my friend. Yes, I'd probably go 308 GT Ferrari. Yeah, maybe. If I wanted to go luxury, I'd probably go an 850 IS BMW black. Yeah, there you go. See,
you've already got it figured. You've been thinking about this.
Oh yeah, because I'm going to buy you any car. I'm going to buy you a Woody.
You told me any car. You said I could go on the lot and pick out anything I wanted.
I want a Jaguar. I want a Benz 600.
Dude, I'm just not into that
12
stuff.
cylinder.
I don't know.
I had a 12-cylinder Mercedes once at one time. It was a Mercedes 600. It was bulletproof. No joke. The car I had was
like
bulletproof.
a Pope-mobile.
It was just like the Pope-mobile. It was a V12, and I would drive to Vegas, and I could go like 120 miles an hour, and it felt like I was going 50. It was a great car. Couldn't afford it, but it was great.
What were in the music going to Vegas? What would you play in your BMW?
Steve Miller Band.
Probably MJ.
Some MJ? Okay.
Some MJ.
Michael Jordan.
No. Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson. Yeah, I'd go some old school Thriller, Off the Wall, all the way to Vegas. And then when I get there, it's all party, baby. I'm gonna go straight mullet music. With anybody that has a mullet, I'm gonna play it because I am just all business
mullet
in the
music.
front, and I'm partying in the back when I go to Vegas. All Vegas.
This is the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM every single day from 3 to 6 p.m. Yes, we do talk sports too. Hey, so Sua Cravens, the pride of Vista Marietta High School. He's one of us here from the IE. He played at USC. He was on the Redskins. He was traded to the Denver Broncos. And he's a big Fortnite guy. Everyone out there is playing Fortnite. I mean, everybody's playing Fortnite. And Sua Cravens, he had this little social media message for everyone. Everyone who plays Fortnite, he wanted to let everyone know this.
Yo, let me just say something to y'all little nerds on Fortnite talking about, oh, you didn't even build. No building skills. No building. Shut up. I don't need to build. Building's for cowards. I don't hide behind walls. I'm about that action.
Yo. He's about that action.
What the hell is he talking about?
Because it's a shooting game, right? You know,
I don't know.
You know what? He's basically saying, I don't want to hide. I'm out there.
I think it's like between Halo. You played Halo before, right?
No. Man, I'm Atari.
He's buying milk, man.
I'm like ColecoVision.
Jeff's
and
low
television.
on milk.
It's like Akari Warriors.
That was beyond me too.
Contra.
Nintendo.
Flipping over the blowing up bridge.
No, I never played that either.
What?
Yeah, I'm not. I'm more of I'm less of a video game guy than you were. Guess what I was doing? I was shooting 1,000 shots a day, sweating and working hard. You guys were playing video games and dinking around. I was kissing girls and shooting baskets. You were doing nothing. Neither one of you guys. Nothing. Kissing girls and shooting baskets. Dunking on fools.
I was kissing girls and playing games.
Sua
Cravens.
That's Sua Cravens. He's one of us. He plays for the Denver Broncos, and that's a message for all you Fortnite fans out there from Sua. Hey, another NFL note that kind of bleeds over into Major League Baseball. So, and this is a true story. It just came out. So, Tom Brady, last spring, so spring of 2017, so about 1 year ago, Tom Brady was like, man, that Ichiro of the Seattle Mariners, how old is he, 44?
He's 87, Pep.
87-year-old Ichiro, still playing for the Seattle Mariners, just retired.
No, he's not retired.
Well, he's not playing baseball.
He's not
he's
retired,
in the front
though.
office.
He's not retired.
Okay, but he's not playing baseball.
Not retired.
So Tom Brady texted him. He got his number from Alex Rodriguez. Said, hey, I want to text Ichiro. I want to find out what he's doing. How does he stretch? What's he doing? Because he's so old, but he's still going strong. Because Tom Brady's 40 years old. This was last spring.
And whooped.
So Tom Brady said, hey, texted him, hey, Ichiro, I'd love to know what you're doing. Man, you're in great shape. What's your stretching regimen? I want to know what you do each day because you're still going strong. Signed, Tom Brady. So Ichiro looked down on his cell phone and he read the text message, and he was standing there with his Seattle Mariner coaches, and he said, hey, I just got this message just from a number doesn't come up in my phone. It's not a contact. Do you guys know who Tom Brady is?
And
the coaches basically just laughed, and he had no idea who Tom Brady was.
Are you kidding me?
He had no idea.
Oh, Ichiro. He's really lost a lot of stock in my book.
He had no
How do you
idea.
not know who Tom Brady is?
Tom Brady is probably the greatest NFL player of all time. Can I say that?
No, you can't.
Why?
Because
Who's
there's
better?
many.
No.
Yeah, Joe Montana.
Well, Joe Montana's my guy.
Steve Young.
I'm a 49er guy. Those two guys, I love them more than Tom Brady, of course, because I'm a 49er guy. But what Tom Brady did, nobody stacks up to it.
No, you're correct. No. Roman Gabriel.
Huh?
Roman Gabriel.
What?
Vince Ferragamo.
No.
Ray Guy.
No.
Frank Corral.
False again.
No. I don't think he's the best. The best was Sweetness, for gosh sakes.
But how do you
Walter
not
Payton
know?
was the best player of all time, followed by Jim Brown and Barry Sanders. You can't say, just stop it.
You just like running backs.
I do.
I like quarterbacks. How do you not know?
Because Ichiro, I told you what he does. Ichiro in the offseason goes into the deep woods of Japan and isolates himself. He doesn't care about anything but baseball. Baseball and chicks. That's all I heard that Ichiro likes are baseball and chicks.
That's it?
Yes.
I would love to get a random text message from Tom Brady.
I'll see if I can get that for you. See if Tom Brady will text you, Pep.
You can hook that up?
I'll see if I can do it for you. I have friends in high places.
Just kind of funny. Ichiro getting a text from the...
Get a little strange.
You guys heard of a Tom Brady?
Have you heard of a Tom Brady?
Have you heard of a Tom Brady? Oh, yeah, Mr. Gisele Bündchen.
She's not attractive. Yeah. I don't care. Anybody out there agree with me, please? Gisele Bündchen is not all that. She's the highest paid model in the world.
Yeah, she makes like twice as much as Tom Brady.
She was worth like $380 million.
Yeah.
Tom Brady?
Insane.
Pittance. It's like he's got she has pocket change compared to what he makes.
Mo Brady's brother. That segment's brought to you by Ken Sporting Goods. More than 40 years in the Inland Empire, providing you with all of your sporting gear needs. So if you need sports equipment, there's only one place to go. That's Ken Sporting Goods. Also, they can do your Letterman's jacket, so get in there. They're in Horsetown, USA, Norco, California. You can visit them online, kensportinggoods.com. When we come back, I know it's been a very lovable show. We're all getting along, but Shaquille O'Neal and Charles Barkley, they went for the jugular last night. They were going at it live on the television set. We're going to talk about that, and we got some of the audio from it. It's pretty funny if you haven't heard it yet. Shaq and the round mound of rebound, Charles Barkley. When we come back, it's the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
Last question.
Sports IE 1350 AM. We're loving the show. Been all positive, loving one another. Nothing but the good stuff, right, Jeff?
Nothing but the best, Pep Fernandez. The best.
It's brought to you by Boost Performance Training with Coach Ray Bass. Follow them on Instagram and Twitter. Make sure you check them out at boosttrainingsystems.com. So basically, if you play sports and you want to be better, you've got to go check out Boost Performance Training. They have a strength and speed class, and the first one is always absolutely free. They want you to check it out, see results, and you can see why everybody's going to Boost Performance Training in Corona with Coach Ray Bass. So, Sir Charles Barkley, who actually his Nike Airs were underrated back in the day.
They were underrated.
I really like. They were. I mean, all the shoes were heavy though.
No,
but like the style of his Nikes,
I love them.
I think more so than a bunch of the other ones. Like Bo Jackson had the cross trainers. Actually, Andre Agassi had some pretty cool Nikes. Do you remember those?
Yes, the one with the strap in the front.
Yes.
When they were gray with white. Oh yeah, I had a pair of those.
Wait. I'm talking about the black and orange ones. They had like.
Oh no,
it was almost like a flame down the side.
I know which one you're talking about. I wore his other ones, the more conservative ones.
You're conservative.
You're very, very liberal.
I'm very wild.
You are.
Yes.
You are out of control. Charles Barkley's shoes were the best, though.
But Charles had great shoes. Remember Shaq? He had the really tall Reebok pumps.
I had a pair of those.
Did you have those?
Yes.
Do you remember the commercial?
No.
He had a TV commercial, and he walked up to this door, and he knocks on it, and he goes, "Don't fake the funk on a nasty dunk."
Oh, I do remember that.
And they like let him in or something.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You remember that? I'm going to find it. I'm going to find it.
Yes, I remember that.
I'm going to find it over here on the computer.
Sweet.
But they both had great shoes, but that's not the story here.
What's the story?
Okay, so Shaq and Charles, they're on the TV each night breaking down the NBA like they do. And they both had a take on the Toronto Raptors. Because remember, Toronto was the #1 seed in the Eastern Conference. So they choked. Yeah, they sure did.
Yes, they did.
So as the #1 seed, you would think, well, they're supposed to make the NBA Finals, right? They're supposed to. Well, they choked. And they took different sides of the fence when it comes to DeMar DeRozan, who I guess you could say is the Raptors' star player. He and Kyle Lowry, but he's the star player.
Yeah, he stunk it up in the series, but yes.
Apparently, he doesn't have a great relationship with the head coach, Dwayne Casey, right?
Yes.
So they were saying, well, DeMar DeRozan's the star player, so you got to treat him differently. And I forget who took what side, but the other guy was saying, no, you don't. Like
Shaq, I believe, took the side of the coach. And then Sir Charles took the side of DeMar DeRozan.
It was uncomfortable. It's like seeing your parents fight, and you're like, oh, boy, I'm just going to try to slide out of the room right now. This is ugly.
I want to hear it. I want to hear some smack talk.
All right, here's Shaq and Charles last night on the television set, and they were going at it. And Jeff, when you told me about this, because, you and I, we can go at each other. At the end of the day, I still love you. You love me.
Yes, always.
This felt kind of real. Like, these guys don't like each other.
Well, there's at times. Remember that one of Shaq's only fights in the NBA was against old Sir Charles.
He threw a basketball off his head?
Yeah.
Didn't that happen? That happened, right?
There's not a whole lot of love, but they're good together, but they're like oil and vinegar. Oil and water.
Well, here's a little bit of it. It's only about a minute long, but you be the judge, because it got really heated last night on the old boob tube.
That's not the point.
It is the point.
Hold on.
You bench your best player.
Why was he benched?
That's not the point.
It is the point.
You don't disrespect your best player.
Listen.
If you don't have a great relationship with your best player, you're never going to win.
That's not true.
He did not.
That's not true.
He did not, in your opinion. No, just because you say something, it's just
That's
your
not
opinion.
true.
It's not true.
Me and Pat Riley never saw eye to eye, and what happened to my man win. So it's not true what you're saying. It's not true what you're saying.
That's not true.
I'm just letting you know what you did.
Was the man on that team?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
I was a role player. You're right, but you know what?
That's my point. That's my point. I'm saying with your best player.
You don't know what you're talking about when it comes to championship.
I'm just telling you something.
Stop babying
Wayne carried you to that championship. No matter how much you scream you loud, that does not make you right. You're wrong in the city. And
that's why you ain't win, because you was a baby. Stop babying these players.
I'm not babying no players.
He don't play. He don't play. He got to sit his ass down. Period.
He got to repair.
He ain't got to repair nothing. He got to stop babying the players. You got baby. That's why you ain't win.
He got to. I didn't have. Dwayne, I didn't have Dwayne Wade and Kobe Bryant carry me up and down the court. So why you in the Hall of Fame?
Because I got 3 Finals MVP, Chuck.
Because you
Google me, Chuck.
Everybody knows you were a great
You see
player.
that?
Everybody
Google
knows
me.
you're a great player.
You don't know what you're talking about when it comes to
No,
He ain't got to repent nothing. He got to step up and play.
We all didn't have other players carrying us up and down the court. You can yell as much as you want to.
I got 3 Finals MVP. How many you got?
You were a great player.
Thank you.
But you wouldn't have got
That's
to have
my point.
Kobe and Dwayne.
I will say.
All right. Google me, Chuck.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like, I was like, oh, boy, this is uncomfortable. All right? Google me, Chuck. Google me, Chuck.
Now, I will say this. I do know Shaq. I don't know Charles. But I'm a large man. Wouldn't you say I'm a big guy?
You're a very big guy.
Shaquille O'Neal picked me up. We've talked about this.
Yes.
At Dave & Buster's.
In Ontario.
In Ontario. Saw me in the parking lot. Picked me up over his head like I was a rag doll. And I have never in my life. Yeah, I was.
How many years ago was this, you think?
Probably.
When he was in Orlando?
Was he still playing?
Was he in the Magic?
Was I? No, I was not playing.
No, was he still playing?
Yeah, he was still playing.
Was he on the Magic?
No, he was a Laker.
What was he doing in the IE?
He was hanging out. He was hanging out at Dave & Buster's. He was hanging out with a very good-looking woman, I must say. It was not his wife. I think he had already been away from his wife. But he came over and picked me up like I was a rag doll. And then we went inside and we had a soda together and we talked for a few. It was great. But he picked me up and I'll tell you what, I would.
Wait,
never
how do you know Shaq though? Yeah, why?
It's just we played a lot. We played a lot of leagues together in high school and college. We ran in the same circles at one time.
Guys, did I tell you the story when Shaq and I had a soda together?
I'm not kidding around. There's no soda, but he picked me up. We talked about this on the show once before.
I think we have. Yeah.
But yeah, he picked me up and I was like, holy cow. And I was probably 250, 260 at the time, and it was nothing. I would never mess with Shaq. And I agree with Shaq. You can't cater to the dang player. DeMar DeRozan disappeared. Disappeared.
And he's not even a superstar.
He is not. He's probably the best USC's had ever. Because remember, he's a Trojan.
Yeah, he is.
But when you don't listen to your coach, and he's probably going to get fired. Do you know that their head coach will probably get fired?
Yeah, as a number 1 seed, and you don't even get to the conference finals. That's pretty bad.
He might be fired as a coach of the year. It's only happened one other time where they fired
the coach other guy.
In 2003, they fired George Karl after he won Coach of the Year. They fired him.
Which is nuts.
And crazy. So, yeah, the head coach of the Toronto is probably Dwayne Casey?
Yeah, Dwayne Casey.
Will probably be fired because DeMar DeRozan didn't play hard. Didn't play hard.
That's his livelihood. As the head coach, you got to get into him, right? That's your livelihood.
That's your job. You. It's just like if you're a professor in college. You either publish or perish.
Yeah.
You got to win or you perish. And it's not his fault. It's not the coach's fault. It is the player. DeMar DeRozan was the problem in the series.
Let me ask you this, Jeff, because do you take into consideration what Shaq and Charles Barkley did in the playoffs in their careers? Because Shaq won 4 NBA titles, including 3 with your Los Angeles Lakers. So he has tons of championship pedigree. You look at Sir Charles, he never won an NBA title, did he?
No.
He didn't. So, I mean, yeah, gold medals are nice. Don't get me wrong. The red, white, and blue, bald eagles, I'm all for it.
Hey,
I'm a Patriot.
Hey, you play 12 games for a gold medal.
But, I mean, do you listen to Shaq and say, you know what, he knows what he's talking about? He did it 4 times.
Yes.
Charles never did it.
Yes.
And he was the MVP. And he hangs out with Jeff and drinks sodas in Ontario.
Yeah. But look, Shaq, though, took the Orlando Magic to the championship. He took the Lakers to the championship.
Yeah.
He took the Heat
He won with the Heat, which Charles pointed out, you weren't the guy on the Heat. It was Dwayne Wade. You were his sidekick.
But the thing is, humility did step in for Shaq. Shaq said, yeah, I was the second fiddle.
Yeah, he did. He owned up to it.
Big deal.
Yeah.
He still
won the title.
3-time Finals MVP. Yeah, I think Shaq has every right. But you did notice Kenny the Jet Smith didn't say a thing.
No.
And there was no Ernie Johnson to
they backed out.
Ernie Johnson.
Ernie Johnson's the man. He's like the ringleader. You need when the circus gets out of control, you need the ringleader.
And he was not there.
Who was the other guy?
Some unknown guy.
Yeah.
Unknown guy that could not control Shaq.
No, he was like an ostrich. He found a hole and just stuck his head in it. Like he was like, I'm out.
I would have too. But I watched the rest of that.
I would have stuck my neck out there.
I watched the rest of that show, and normally that show is really funny.
Was it weird?
It was weird.
Uncomfortable?
It was uncomfortable.
Was it?
The entire show was an uncomfortable dynamic, and they would film. They showed Shaq's face. He was not happy.
They're back on tonight, right? Because they got Boston and Philadelphia playing. Is that TNT? Is that a TNT game?
I'm not too sure if it is a TNT. Let me take a look. But if
they might be back on the air tonight. That'll be interesting to see them bounce back because
TNT. It is on TNT. Yeah, that could be a difficult thing.
Interesting.
But Ernie Johnson will be back. Last night he was at the Emmys for, he was nominated, so he had to miss last night. And probably
we should have been there, but
yeah, we should have filled in for Ernie. I could have been there. I know Shaq. I don't know. I don't know Charles.
Did I tell you the time Shaq and I had a soda?
How dare you?
He gave me a.
Hey, how dare you be?
Jeff, I'm playing with you because I don't have those cool stories.
Oh, I got a lot of cool stories. I got a lot. There's a few I wish I would love to share on the air.
Are we going to have a tell-all show one of these days?
Well, if we do a tell-all show, it has to be on YouTube. Can you let?
No, you can't. All those things that you want to say, you can't say on the air.
I can't say on YouTube?
No. Well, on YouTube you could.
We'll do a YouTube, not on this show.
Sports.ie.
None of the things I want to share, I can share on the air. Trust me, I got a lot of skeletons.
I got a lot to talk about.
So I do want to run for mayor eventually, mayor of Riverside. I have to move here.
Okay, let me ask you this. So if you ran for mayor, all the stories that you have, all the things on you, would you get out in front of it and just put it out there?
Yes.
Before anyone else could get to it?
Yes, I would.
Well,
but I don't know.
So we will have a tell-all show one day.
Yeah, but I don't think.
Before you run for office.
Before I run for office. I don't think, though, that anybody would want to dig that deep into my past. And if they did, they'd go, well, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I don't think anybody.
They might say, I like Jeff even more now. Like, I'm voting for Jeff Gorham.
It would be a little different. People would be like a little shocked and surprised. A shock and awe. That would be my platform.
Your campaign.
But shock and awe.
Campaign slogan, yeah.
Jeff Gorham, shock and awe.
Shock and awe.
Running for
First,
mayor.
you're going to be shocked. You're going to be like, and then you'll be man, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
All right, we come back here on the Inland Sports Show. We're going to go second level on the legacy of LeBron James. He's trying to make it to 8 straight NBA Finals. We just heard Tiger Woods talking about who's the greatest of all time. Is it Michael Jordan? Is it LeBron James? Maybe it's if it's multiple choice, another option, because Jeff says it's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I think it's Michael Jordan.
Kareem is the best of all time.
Kono's in the room. Who do you think's greatest of all time?
Kareem.
Jordan. So it's 2-2. Kareem has 2 in the room. Michael Jordan has 2 in the room.
Well, you two are stupid.
We'll be back. It's the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
We focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
We're small, family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cajelco, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the Crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car. Whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
How you guys doing today? Coach Ray here from Boost Training. We're here today at the Boost Performance Center with the one and only Pep Fernandez. Today's Boost Training tip is all about strength. And of course, it's very specific to speed. We're talking about the single leg supported low squat. Come check it out. So when it comes to athletic performance, and more specifically speed, it's all about the ability to generate force, all about being nice and strong. Now, running is a single leg motion. So it makes sense that you have to have a great foundation of strength. You gotta have single leg strength. So this exercise really works on that single leg strength here with the deep bend in the hips, the knees, and the ankles. So what Mike is gonna do is gonna have an open hand grip, all right? He's gonna get nice and tight to the rack. He's gonna be doing this, he's gonna have his right foot on the ground. He's gonna flex his left knee, all right? He's gonna lower himself nice and easy. He's gonna tap that left knee on the ground and then come up. Now go ahead and do a couple reps here, Micah. All right, so what we want here is we really want to emphasize pushing that left foot in the ground, that right foot in the ground and not pulling himself up, which is why we have the open hand grip. And as I mentioned before, really getting that deep bend in the ankles, the knees, and the hips, just as if we were sprinting. So if you're not doing this exercise, you really want to add it to your repertoire because it's a great drill for building speed and generating force. We do it right here at Boost.
Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. You know, we're just debating who is the greatest NBA player of all time. There's no debate about this, though. The greatest in the IE Catalano Motors in Corona off of Temescal Canyon Road. Buy, trade, and finance all in the same spot. So easy. It's that easy. Ask for the special every single week. Save thousands of dollars. Who wants to waste money? Nobody.
None.
Go to Catalano Motors in Corona off of Temescal Canyon Road. Michael Jordan's the greatest of all time. I think we can all agree on that.
No.
What?
He's
What
not.
do you mean he's not?
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the captain of the Los Angeles Lakers and your Milwaukee Bucks, is the greatest of all time, and I have the numbers to prove it.
All right, Jeff. Okay, we're in a court of law. See if you can persuade me that Kareem is the greatest of all time, because right now he's not even in my top 3.
Whoa! Who's in your top 3 then? You
Jordan, LeBron James, and probably he's top 5. He's top 5. He's you want to punch me right now?
Right now, I want to just drill you.
Jordan, LeBron James, maybe Wilt. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
All right. Let's start this. This argument here. We're gonna go right down the list. How many NBA championships does Michael Jordan have?
6-0.
Okay. How many does Kareem Abdul-Jabbar have?
I don't know.
6.
Oh, good for him.
How many national championships does Michael Jordan have?
What, 1?
1.
That's all he needed, though.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar played in 3 seasons. Remember, he was not allowed to play for UCLA as a freshman. You were only allowed to play 3 years. He won all 3 NCAA championships. How many MVPs?
Who did he play for?
What, in college?
Yeah, John Wooden, right?
Yes, and he was.
So he was on great teams. Go ahead, keep going.
He was also Lou Alcindor at that time. Okay.
Who?
Louis Alcindor.
Alcindor?
Alcindor.
Oh,
our guy Alcindor. Okay.
Alcindor.
Okay.
Yeah,
how many NBA MVPs does Michael Jordan have?
A lot.
5.
5.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar 6.
The league was weak when he was in it. Keep going.
He went against Wilt Chamberlain, Bill Walton,
who?
Artis Gilmore, Elvin Hayes, you name it. Yes. Don't even mess with it.
Okay.
John Havlicek. Are you gonna besmirch Moses Malone?
No.
Okay, then you knock it off right now. Let me finish my argument here.
Okay.
How many NCAA MVPs did Michael Jordan get?
1?
0.
None?
Guess how many Kareem had?
What?
3.
3.
NCAA tournament MVPs. Michael Jordan, 0. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, 3. NCAA Player of the Year. Michael Jordan 1. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar 3. How many times was Michael Jordan an All-Star in the NBA? 14. Guess how many Kareem Abdul-Jabbar had? 19 All-Star appearances. All NBA teams, Michael Jordan 10, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar 15. All NBA defensive teams. Remember, Michael Jordan prided himself on being the best defender in the NBA.
The best. First team all defense.
Pep, I'm angry right now, but I still love you. I love you so much.
Because the lovable show.
Lovable. Kareem has 11-time All-NBA Defensive Player of the Year. How many points does Michael Jeffrey Jordan have?
30,000.
32,292. Number 1, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar at 38,387.
Wait, hold on. Let me ask you this.
No, you can ask me anything you want, but it's not going to be answered the way you like.
How many years in the NBA did Jordan? This is a serious question. How many years did Jordan play? How many years did Kareem play in the NBA?
Longevity should make it even better.
Okay, well, I'm just.
I don't know how many Jordan had because he took 2 years off, but I will say this: the longevity of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar also makes him better because guess what? He has a field goal percentage of 56% to
because he played near the rim.
A sky hook. That's not a shot that you can count on and say, "Oh, that's easy." How many times? Who shot the sky hook?
I did.
No one. Not a soul. Rebounds 17,000 to 6,000. Kareem assists. Oh, who had more assists?
You can't compare rebounds.
Sure, you can.
Jordan.
Why not?
Jordan wasn't a rebounder.
It doesn't matter.
He's a shooting
okay.
guard.
How many assists then? Oh, can we compare that?
Jordan averaged what? 5.5 assists? I'm going to guess 6 assists.
His career
average.
No, he had 5,633. Guess who had more assists than him? Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Blocks. Almost 4,000 blocks.
Okay.
Michael Jordan had 800 steals.
Jordan played 15 seasons.
Yeah, Kareem played 19. 4 seasons more. Boom. Hey, can I drop the mic right now? Because he did not have. Guess how many high school championships Michael Jeffrey Jordan won?
I don't No.
0. Guess how many Kareem Abdul-Jabbar had?
How many?
4. Guess where he went to high school? Power Memorial High School in New York City. So don't ever question me about the GOAT of all time. The greatest of all time is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. It's not LeBron James. It's not Michael Jordan. It's not Will Chamberlain.
It's Michael, man.
It is not Michael. You are comparing apples to oranges. And guess what? I like oranges a lot better than apples, buddy. And Kareem is the orange. The greatest of all time.
You know what?
What?
Let's do this.
Wait. And he battled Bruce Lee.
And he fought Bruce Lee. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Let's do this because I have Alexa.
The kiss of death.
I have Alexa at home. You know Alexa? You can ask her questions.
Ask Alexa.
I don't have Alexa right now, but I'm gonna go right into straight Google. I'm gonna say, who is the greatest of all time? Can I do it voice to text?
Yeah, go ahead. I don't care. It's wrong.
Who is the greatest NBA basketball player of all time? Let's see whose name comes up first. I'm just doing it for the first time right here, live on the Inland Sports Show.
Go ahead.
Fox Sports IE 13.
Is this your rebuttal?
No, I'm just seeing what...
Some computer? I have facts. I gave you facts, Pep Fernandez. I'm ready to walk out on this show.
Here's what comes up first. Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain are 2 of the 50 greatest. Michael Jordan was active at the time of the announcement. He is also one of the 50 greatest.
Oh, that's
no
50.
mention of Kareem.
Who's
Bill Russell, Wilt, and Michael Jordan. That's who it names. So
Wilt Chamberlain was probably the most dominant.
The internet wins again. They never
No, it
lied.
did not. It
never
didn't
lies.
say that.
Yeah.
Didn't say anything.
I'm sorry Kareem didn't have a shoe and didn't get supported by Nike all these years.
Kareem had Adidas, and guess what? He wore low tops, and they were pro models with the shell. The shell. They almost didn't even have soles, and Kareem went out there and did it all.
Okay, so I typed in top NBA players. How much time we have? We got like 3 minutes. Okay, top NBA players of all time.
Okay, by who? By Reuters?
Wait,
Wikipedia? Those are all BS places right there.
Fox Sports.
Fox Sports. They don't know what's going on.
I have not did my homework on this. I have not looked this up. I'm not trying to throw you under a bus. I'm just gonna click on it and see what they say.
Hakeem Olajuwon.
This is the dream.
Clyde Drexler.
Patrick Ewing. Chris Mullin is number 1. Okay, let's see. Do they have a list?
No.
Where's the list?
They don't, because there is no list. I just gave you the list.
Oh, they're counting backwards. So, okay, for example, number 25 on the list, Charles Barkley.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Reggie Miller's number 23.
That's not even close. See, that's wrong.
Wait, hold on, I gotta go to the bottom of the list. Give me a second here. Oh, there was Kobe. They have Kobe at number 12. This is according to Fox Sports.
That's stupid.
25, the 25 greatest players
Stupid.
of all time.
You can't convince me. I'm right.
Where's Kareem?
This is Fox Sports, okay?
They don't know what they're doing.
Number 1 all time, and they call him simply the GOAT, Michael Jordan.
But you have no. I just
Look,
gave
here it
you.
is.
But wait a second. I just
Hold on.
gave you
Wait, hold on.
stats to support me.
That's fine. Jordan's
What do you
number
mean that's
1.
fine? He's the greatest winner ever.
Who do you think number 2 is?
Kareem.
Who did I say number 2 was?
LeBron? Will?
LeBron James!
But that's so stupid.
This is Fox Sports.
I don't care.
This
I
is
don't
some
care.
rinky-dink podcast from someone's basement.
It is too rinky-dink.
Okay,
They're wrong.
Kareem's number 3.
That is some straight BS.
Walk out this door and go to the next door over there and tell them they're wrong.
They're wrong. Go tell them all they're wrong.
Tell
hey, would you care to guess who number 4 and 5 might be on this list?
Oscar Robertson, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson.
Number 4, Shaquille O'Neal.
Ah, that's just stupid.
This one surprised me. Number 5, Tim Duncan.
Come on.
Because all the titles he won.
The big fundamental.
Here, let me give you the top 10. 6, Magic.
It's whatever.
7, Bill Russell.
Whatever.
8, Wilt Chamberlain. 9, Larry Bird. 10, Hakeem the Dream. Again, Kobe was 12.
Guess all I can say is
Michael Jordan, number 1, no doubt.
But you had
you
had no facts to
Hold
support
on, I'm going
it.
to go to the next.
But you had no facts to support this.
I'm going to go to the next random top 50 players of all time list.
I have stats.
This one is
You don't have stats.
This is from
They
experts.
banned dunking. Stop it. Did they ever ban Stop. Did they ever ban dunking when Michael Jordan played?
No, because
they did. What was the greatest shot in the history of basketball, Pep Fernandez?
The fadeaway jumper.
Stop it! Stop doing this! What you and I have driven on many road trips.
Hold on.
What is the most unstoppable shot in the history of basketball?
The backdoor cut.
Stop it right now. You're just really, you know, I had love.
Hook. Okay.
I had love earlier. I'm starting to really get angry. Oh my gosh,
okay, so I automatically went to the next top basketball players of all time list. This one is offered by CBS Sports.
Oh, they're stupid too.
Number 1, the greatest of all time, Michael Jordan.
I just gave facts to support this.
Number 2, LeBron James.
That is
what
so
did I
weak.
say? Michael and LeBron.
Oh, because you're part of the, just follower. You're a follower.
Wait,
I'm a leader.
Wait, hold on.
I'm a leader.
Real quick, because we can bring this conversation back.
I'm a leader.
Who did I say was number 3 all time?
Kareem.
No, I didn't. Who did I say?
Wilt.
Did I say Wilt Chamberlain?
You said Wilt.
Wilt Chamberlain, number 3.
No, that's so wrong.
No, it's right. 4 is Magic Johnson.
No, this is the stupidest list ever.
5 is Kareem.
Screw you, CBS.
Followed by Bill Russell, Tim Duncan at 7, Larry Bird at 8.
Larry Bird! Larry Brown should be on that list.
Shaq at 9, Kobe at 10.
That is so off.
Yeah. So I nailed it perfectly. If you
No,
think
you
about
didn't.
it. Jordan, LeBron, and Wilt. I nailed it
look at this.
perfectly.
What does this say right here? You're so wrong. What does that say right there? It says Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Okay.
And Michael Jordan. There isn't one stat that he is better than him in. Not one.
Listen, let's continue this when we come back.
Let's continue this never again. Because you're all wrong. I don't care. Blah, 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 blah.
We got to break. We need that scene from Evan Almighty or whatever that was where you did that.
Talking.
We'll be back. It's the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE, 1350 a.m. It's Wednesday. We're getting you set for Quakes baseball coming up about 5:45. Like Mike Lindskog will take over the entire station. We've been talking about this NBA basketball, who's the greatest ever, because LeBron James is going back to the conference finals, trying to make it 8 straight NBA finals. So we're going to get into that. Plus, we got your CBU update for golf and baseball. It's brought to you by Boost Performance Training in Corona with Coach Ray Bass. Make sure you follow them on Instagram and Twitter. See all the cool things they're doing at Boost Performance Training. For all you athletes out there, youth, high school, college, doesn't matter. They'll do it all. Boost Performance Training. All right, so your CBU golf update. So here's what you need to know about CBU golf, Cal Baptist Golf. They were at the team regionals. So the men were in Texas. The women's team, they were in Colorado. If you finish in the top 3 in the regional, you advance to the national tournament. Well, good news all the way around on this lovable Wednesday edition of the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. The men's team finished in 2nd place at the tournament, and the women's team finished in 3rd. So both are advancing to the NCAA tournament. In fact, we're going to try to get them in the studio, maybe even this week, maybe early next week.
I think we should get the cheerleaders in too, to maybe
as support.
As support. So yes, let's just do an invite to the Cal Baptist University cheer squad to come on in and cheer on the golf teams as they go to the national championship. And I would really like to have them bring in pom-poms, and they could stand over here in my corner by me, and they can support me as we go.
Support you.
Lance up!
Oh, yeah, because you are a Lancer,
Yeah,
Jeff.
dang right, and I need some cheerleaders in here because apparently I get no love, and I showed a lot of love today. I showed more love than I have.
Nothing but love.
Nothing but love for you, baby. I'm like Heavy D and the boys.
Nothing but love. Congratulations to the CBU men's and women's golf team. They are advancing to the NCAA tournament in Division II. Last time, because they're going to Division I. Last time in Division II. CBU baseball, huge series on the road at Dixie State. Right now, in fact, let me take a quick peek at the computer. Right now in the 7th inning, CBU is leading the Trailblazers of Dixie State by a score of 8-2. Your boy Tommy Bell has a home run for the Lancers. They need a couple more wins just in case to make the postseason, because this is it, the final series of the season. If Cal Baptist can do well against Dixie State, they will be headed to the West Regional. And right now, in fact, just about an hour ago, the latest West Regional rankings were released by the NCAA, and they've got Cal Baptist as the number 3 team in the West. Number 18 in the nation, number 3 in the West. They look like a pretty darn good lock to make the postseason, but a couple wins on the road in St. George, Utah could really strengthen that case. Again, they lost yesterday, but they're bouncing back. They're up 8-2 in the 7th inning right now at Dixie State. The selection show for the NCAA tournament is Sunday night, 7 o'clock. So we'll find out for sure if Cal Baptist baseball is going back to the tournament. Sunday night, 7 o'clock. We will know for sure. All right, so have you heard of ESPN?
No.
So we've been talking about who's the greatest basketball player of all time.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
So we went...
Lou Alcindor.
Lou Alcindor. So we went to Fox Sports, right? We went to the horse's mouth. We went to the source. Fox Sports had Michael Jordan, number 1. They said, no doubt. I knew that. And then they had LeBron James, number 2, just like I said. And then they had Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, number 3.
They did?
Yeah. And then we went to CBS Sports, and they did their top basketball players of all time, too. Michael Jordan was number 1. LeBron James was number 2. And number 3 was Wilt Chamberlain. Just like I said, I actually nailed it. I was perfect.
Yeah, whatever.
So have you heard of ESPN?
No.
So I tried ESPN just so I can give you a third source.
They're just stupid over there.
I try to source it out. I try to give you options.
They don't know what they're doing over there.
So ESPN number 1, it goes without saying, Michael Jordan.
See, that's
number 1 of all time.
That's because social media came into effect when Michael Jeffrey Jordan really was in the heyday. That was when the World Wide Web was around.
Number 2, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Okay.
And number 3, LeBron James.
Okay, that's a little better. A little better.
Do you think, let me ask you this, do you think because Kareem Abdul-Jabbar seems to rub people the wrong way?
That has a big deal with it.
He's not very personable. Do you think that, hurts his cause to be one of the greatest of all time? Because I'll be honest, Jeff, when you ask me who's the greatest of all time, I don't really think of Kareem first.
Well,
I think of Jordan. I think of Magic Johnson. I think of Larry Bird's probably when I grew up too, so that helps.
Yes,
I think of LeBron James. I thought of Wilt Chamberlain before Kareem.
All right.
Is he on Dancing with the Stars right now?
Yes, he is.
Do you think he's trying to repair his image at all?
I think he has repaired, and I'm going to go another story on you here. My father used to was the director of the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar basketball camp, Magic Johnson, Jamal Wilkes, Pat Riley camps. My dad was the director of those camps. So I got a chance to kind of know Kareem back in the, I want to say late 70s. Got a chance. My dad knew him.
So he was playing. I mean,
he was playing.
He was
in the highlight of his.
Was he Kareem yet?
Oh, yeah, he was Kareem. He was already past Lou Alcindor.
Okay.
But it was at Pepperdine University. Every summer I got to spend a week with Kareem. I had a chance to babysit his son Amir during the camp because my dad was in charge of the camp and I got to go for free. So when he would bring his son, I had to watch his kid for a couple hours. But I got a chance to know Kareem. I did. And Kareem was, and I have a signed picture of me and Kareem in my wall in my garage. And I'm going to tell you this, Kareem was really misunderstood. Could you imagine being 6'9" in the 5th grade?
No.
Well, could you imagine walking around a campus being taller than every teacher, every person in the city for the most part, and you're a elementary kid?
You know, it sounds cool, but I bet you it gets old.
It gets old really fast. And I remember a kid saying this to him, and I vividly remember him saying this to the kid. The kid goes up to him during the camp and goes, "Hey, Kareem, how's the weather up there?" Not a good thing to say to a 7'2" grown man.
No.
He said, "I could spit on you and tell you it's raining. Would you really like that?" And I remember everybody in the camp going, but you got to understand when you're looked at, when you walk into any room you come into, you're 7'2", you're thin, you get a complex. And I think that complex was, he was a very smart and he's a very intelligent man. Graduated top of his class at UCLA, has written numerous books, wrote books about the Tuskegee Airmen, other books. He's
an intellectual,
very intellectual. Yeah. And I think in his older years, I think now that he's trying to fix the image that he had was always pretty harsh. You know, Wilt Chamberlain kind of took him under his wing when he was young. They had a falling out, and I think it kind of made him a bitter guy. But I can only imagine if, you know, Kono's not a very big guy, but if Kono's 7 feet tall his entire life since he was a little kid, you would get a little introverted because you do have people do stare at you. Unless you're Shaq or unless you're me or somebody who's gregarious out there and an extrovert, it would be very, very difficult. And I think he is repairing his image. I do, though, think that because of the social media, because of the internet, because of computers, I think he gets lost because the guy changed the game of basketball. You couldn't dunk in college. You couldn't dunk in the NBA. He won everywhere he went, but he was always kind of he was an abrasive guy. So I think that really hurt him. I agree, but I still think he's the best player of all time. I think Michael Jordan is a different style of player. I think Michael Jordan is the most dynamic player of all time. Can that make sense?
Yes.
Kareem was the most dominant because of the hook shot.
Because Jordan was exciting. Like winning the slam dunk contest.
Yes.
He stuck his tongue out. He was on all the commercials. He would go up with his right hand, switch it to his left, lay it up around Magic Johnson. Like those are the images in my mind when I think of Michael Jordan. They're all like exciting plays. The shot over Craig Elo in the playoff. Like,
yes,
those are all exciting.
Yes, they were dynamic plays. And you can, if you look into just a bit of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, remember when Magic's rookie year, the first game they played was at Utah. Kareem made a skyhook to win the game. The first game of the season with Magic, Magic jumped on his back. Do you remember this at all? There's highlights. It's an incredible thing to see Kareem, who normally didn't smile, didn't do anything. Kareem jumps on his back like he had just won the world championship, and it was game one of Magic Johnson's career.
Do you think Magic helped him come out of his bubble a little bit? Like show some emotion, maybe enjoy the moment a little bit more?
Very much so. I think Kareem, like I said, was an introvert. But when you bring Showtime into the Lakers, I think Pat Riley, I think Norm Nixon, Jamal Wilkes, those guys, James Worthy, those guys, Kurt Rambis, they brought out the best in Kareem because they were a team. If you remember, I don't know if you remember back in the 80s, but Magic would take everybody to the movies once a week. And he made every player on the team go to the movies. Kareem was never, ever, ever one to sit with his teammates. But Kareem went to every movie. He went to every dinner that Magic had, and it brought out the best in him. And I think he had his best years with the Lakers with Milwaukee. Remember, he would punch guys if he got mad. Kent Benson, do you remember? I don't know if you remember this. There was Kareem punched out a guy named Kent Benson when he was playing with the Milwaukee Bucks. Broke his face. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is one of the toughest guys in the world. You know, he trained with Bruce Lee for years in the 60s and 70s. A very tough guy. Black belt in karate. He punched Kent Benson, knocked him out, broke his jaw, and he was done. Kareem was banned for a while in the NBA because he had a temper. That also hurt him. And I think that you look at Kareem and you always think abrasive giant. Now he's doing Dancing with the Stars. He's written books to kind of build that fence between he and society. A lot of people didn't like Kareem. I always did. I always thought he was a good dude. Of course, I saw him a little differently. I asked him for an autograph once, and he laughed at me in my face. But then
there's that one.
But there was 4 days later, he also gave me a poster that he signed, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, to me. And I always thought that was, I think, as a kid, he was my hero. So maybe I'm a little skewed towards Kareem a bit.
You know, I interviewed him one time, and it was for like an art program. Like it was not like we were talking about him being an intellectual. It wasn't even like basketball related.
No.
He was like into art and like promoting this art program for kids to get involved and, you know, be creative and stuff like that. Had nothing to do. And he didn't want to talk about basketball. I remember that was one of the stipulations was like, hey, if you interview me, I'd love to talk about what I'm doing here in this program and the art and the kids. But, you know, I don't want to ask NBA questions or basketball questions because I'm not here to answer those.
Well, like I said, he's an author. He's written many books. You know, like I said, he wrote a book about the Tuskegee Airmen. He wrote a book about the Negro baseball leagues. He also wrote a book about the Indians on a reservation. Remember, he was a high school basketball coach on a reservation in Arizona for a couple years.
Was he really?
Yeah, because he wanted to coach in the NBA. No one would open doors for him, so he said, hey, I'm going to go coach high school basketball.
How could you be one of the greatest players of all time and no one would even give you a handout?
Because he wasn't the guy that everybody thought was a good dude. He wasn't a great guy. He was very abrasive, and unless you were part of his inner circle, he really wasn't a good guy to talk to. But I saw a different side of him. I think people now, you know, at the age of 71, I think people are seeing Kareem in a different light. I think Dancing with the Stars is silly, but I think it helps him.
You watch it?
No,
I don't either.
No, I only watch.
But he's on there, right?
He's
on there.
Yeah, he's on there.
Okay.
But he's a very, very intelligent, intellectual, cosmopolitan man.
He's a Renaissance man.
He is. He really is. He really is.
He's a lot more than just basketball. He's very complex.
You know, I would love to get Kareem on this show. In fact, I'm going to work my butt off to get him on the show because I know one of our friends is really good friends with him could get him on.
Oh.
So if we could get him on the show, I'd love to talk to him.
Let me ask you this. Who do you think Tracy Murray would say the greatest of all time is?
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Hands down.
He wouldn't say Michael Jordan?
Nope. I guarantee he wouldn't. We'll have him on this
I'm going to stick to my guns. I'm sticking with MJ, but I'd love when Tracy Murray comes in studio with us, I would love to ask him, if it is Kareem, why he picks Kareem? Is it just because really statistically in all the championships on paper, you're like, okay, yeah, he's the greatest.
Yes, but like I said, I think the abrasiveness, he was a very polarizing figure. During the 70s, remember he was friends with Muhammad Ali. He was friends with Malcolm X. Malcolm X is the one that helped him change his name from Lou Alcindor to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. You know, Malcolm X was an integral part of his life. He was also good friends with Martin Luther King Jr. So those things, he was a big part of the black movement of the 70s and 60s. He was part of Jim Brown's posse that, you know, tried to change the stereotypes of the African American in society. So Kareem, misunderstood, but a good dude.
Right now, the NBA playoffs, we have one game tonight. It's the Eastern Conference playoff series between Boston and Philadelphia. Boston leads the series 3-1. Game 5 tonight, the Celtics with a very early lead. It's 8-7 in the first quarter. As the Celtics are going for the knockout punch tonight, they can knock Philadelphia out and advance to the Eastern Conference Finals to meet LeBron James and the Cavaliers. All right, we come back here on the Inland Sports Show. We got the Dodgers lineup for tonight against first place Arizona. Is Austin Barnes back in the lineup? We got that answer, plus Major League Baseball scores from this afternoon and a big win for the Halos in the Mile High City. We'll be back. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
How you guys doing? I'm Coach Ray again. We're here at the Boost Performance Center with the one and only Pep Fernandez. So today's tip, I'm going to go over the shuttle run. So really, the shuttle run is a great drill to measure lateral speed, power, and change of direction. So we're going to go over that today, and it's a drill that can benefit really, again, any type of field sport, whether you're a basketball player, football, volleyball, soccer. You know, if you got to change directions, you got to be quick. Shuttle run's for you. Okay, so Jacob's going to demonstrate the shuttle run here. We're going to start off with the stance. So he's going to have his feet about hip width. Now, this is really important because a lot of times you get guys who will try to shift their stance. You got to split the line evenly, and you want to make sure your toes are forward. You want to make sure your feet are right underneath your hips, all right? So he's going to have his feet forward and underneath their hips. All right, now, when I say set, he's going to drop down very quickly. Whatever hand is down is the direction that you have to go. So he's going to go to his left first, so he's got to have his left hand down. Now, his right hand is going to be right here, all right? It's going to be right in front of his body. His elbow's going to be flexed. Hand's going to be right under his chin, all right? So when I say he's going to drop down really fast, all right, he's going to put his hand down, left hand down on top of the line, right hand at his underneath his chin. Ready? Set. All right, relax. All right, so that's the stance there. We don't want to hold the stance any longer than about 3 seconds, all right? So we want to be in and out, all right? Now, let's talk about the first touch. Once he leaves, all right, his first movement, that timer is going to start. He's going to give me a nice lateral run coming out. So he's not going to turn his head and turn his body to run. He's going to lateral run coming out, and then we make our first touch. He's going to do what's called a wedge cut. It's a double foot cut, and he's going to touch right outside of his feet here. So he's going to touch the line with his left hand. He's going to do a wedge cut, a double foot cut. He's going to have a nice angle at the shins. He's going to touch right outside of the foot. So now I'm heading back in the direction I want to go. All right, that angle is really important. So we're going to nice wedge cut here, left hand touch. We'll wedge cut it here with the right, and then we'll sprint through for the finish. 5, 10, 5. Here we go. You ready, Jacob? So he's going to go on me. Set. Go. Get back. Finish right in the middle. Good, right there. Now, typically, you want to finish with your head down. All right, you want to maintain that forward lean. There you have it. Shuttle run.
We focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Hey, that was Iron Man.
That was?
Yeah, wasn't that? That was Robert Downey Jr. That was Tony Stark that we just played here on the show. Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. The Iron Man suit is missing.
I stole it.
From Infinity War.
I took it.
You know how much it's worth?
No.
Over $300,000, and it's missing.
Wow.
It's out there somewhere.
Somebody
it could be here in the
owns
IE.
I would, if you had an Iron Man suit or a Darth Vader costume, well, you'd be too little to be a Darth Vader. You could be like an Ewok, though. Would you?
That's jacked up.
Would you
really
wear?
Nice. What happened to the lovable? This was the Love Show.
Because you besmirched the name of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
I didn't. I just said Michael Jordan's my favorite.
But I tried my best to explain to you that I was correct.
On paper, you're right. Statistically, the championships, you're like, well, but I'm telling you, man, like you said, Michael Jordan was more dynamic. I think of the tongue sticking out, the crazy dunks, jumping from the free throw line, the tough fadeaway. Like, I think of all those things.
Okay, behind the scenes during commercials, I showing you some knowledge that you didn't even know about, didn't you?
You got some knowledge.
I threw some knowledge at you. I showed him the best dunk in the history of basketball. He didn't even know about it. You didn't know, did you?
Didn't even know.
Tom Chambers.
I remember Tom Chambers when he played for the Suns.
When he put his knee in Mark Jackson's face and his head was over the rim. I also showed you a picture of Kareem blocking a shot with his head on the rim. Nobody knows basketball like I do, Pep. Nobody.
Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. We're brought to you by Ken's Sporting Goods. More than 40 years right here in the Inland Empire, bringing you all of your sporting gear needs. So next time you need sports equipment or you got a Letterman's jacket, head on over to Ken's Sporting Goods and Catalano Motors in Corona off of Temescal Canyon Road, where you can buy, trade, and finance all in the same spot. Ask for that weekly special. Save thousands of dollars. Why would I make this up? It's totally true. Go to Catalano Motors in Corona. Visit the website, too, CatalanoCars.com. We got a Cal Baptist baseball update. They are still up 8-2 on Dixie State right now in the 8th inning. A huge game today, a huge series for the Lancers as they round out the regular season. Sunday, we will find out for sure if they make the NCAA tournament. That would be the West Regional. We'll find out on Sunday night. And CBU Golf, we'd mentioned that they both, the men's and women's team, advanced to the national tournament.
That's right.
We were trying to maybe get them on the show today. They're hustling to the airport. They're getting on the planes, and they're heading back to the Riv. Hashtag the Riv raised me. So not today, but maybe tomorrow, maybe early next week, we're going to talk a little CBU golf sometime soon.
I can't wait. Bring cheerleaders, though. Bring cheerleaders.
Moral support for Jeff.
Yes, I need cheerleaders in here.
Jeff needs it. We have the Dodgers lineup for tonight.
Okay.
So the Dodgers back in action against first place Arizona, and they're going to roll out a lineup that looks a little bit like this. Of course, my Instagram's going nuts. Here it is. So the Dodgers tonight, of course, Kike Hernandez hit a home run in the 9th inning to force extra innings. You can't keep him out of the lineup. He's one of your better players right now. So leading off, it's going to be Chris Taylor at short, followed by Kike Hernandez. He's playing center field. Matt Kemp hitting third and left. Yasmani Grandal, the cleanup hitter at catcher, the hottest player on this team. Cody Bellinger is hitting fifth at first base, followed by Austin Barnes hitting sixth at second base. Guess who's hitting seventh?
Puig.
Yasiel Puig. Back from the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, back up to the Dodgers.
Puig.
So he went 0 for 4 last night against the Lake Elsinore Storm. We'll see what Puig can do tonight against the first place D-backs.
But even though he didn't get a hit last night, what did he do, Kona? What was the term you used? That Puig was hitting the ball really well. What was the term you used? That was the baseball term?
Well, he hit into a double play and he struck out.
Yeah, but he said he was hitting the heck out of the ball.
I said he hit the mustard off
the mustard.
The mustard.
The mustard. And he said something else, too. I was like, wow, that sounds like a baseball guy.
He sounds like he knows baseball.
Oh, he knows his baseball, that Kono.
So that's your Dodger lineup. The Riverside Poly Bear, Austin Barnes hitting sixth, playing second base. And again, the Dodgers, man, they love those catchers. Austin Barnes out there, Yasmani Grandal, and then Farmer's at third base. He's also a catcher. So yeah, catchers all over the place. So that's your Dodgers lineup tonight as they are taking on the first place Arizona Diamondbacks. Afternoon baseball, the Halos, they picked up another big win. This time it's coming on the road at the Colorado Rockies. The final score in that one, it was a morning game in the Mile High City, was 8-0. Justin Upton with his 8th home run of the season. Cozart had a homer. Rivera had a home run. And the Halos with a nice win against Colorado. It's always tough to win in Denver, right? Coors Field.
Yeah,
the home runs were flying, flowing out of there.
You can't breathe. It's way up there.
Breathe up there.
I was there. I was there when I went to the Winter Olympics to visit
that's right.
Steamboat Springs.
The cradle of life for the Olympic spirit.
And I stayed right next to the stadium, and I could barely breathe.
Could you feel the Olympic spirit just being there?
Of course I did. I felt I could go out there and do anything. Anything.
If you put your mind to it.
I could toboggan, bobsled. I could do it all.
You could do it. All right, so big win for the Halos back home at the back half of this week because they're going to take on the Minnesota Twins, and Jeff's going to be there Friday night.
I will
love it.
Be at Anaheim Stadium, and they're going to light up the halo just for me.
Just for you. Light that halo up for Gorham.
I am going to see my boys, Mike Trout, Albert Pujols.
Walk into the big A and say, Google me. Google me.
Hey,
I'm Jeff Gorham. Google me.
Hey, who's the only guy to give Mike Trout a fist bump?
You did.
Yeah, everybody else. I told my wife that story. She's like, what did you do? And I go, well, we interviewed him, and everyone else walked out of the room, and I just stood there and looked at him and then said, I was thinking in my head, what
do I do here?
I said, I was thinking in my whole head, in my giant head of mine, I was thinking, I'm standing right in front of the best player in the world. What do?
So you got to go for the gold.
So I gave him a fist bump.
Go for the gold medal.
Everybody looked at me like I was nuts.
Man, you are one pathetic loser.
All the reporters are like, thanks, Mike. Oh, yeah, thanks. Appreciate it. Thanks, Mike. Oh, yeah. And then Jeff's like, hey, what's that?
I did. Oh, that was so funny. I love Mike Trout.
That was a good moment. Hopefully, well, not hopefully, because if he's rehabbing with the Inland Empire 66ers, it means he got hurt pretty bad and he had to rehab. So.
No, I'm going to see him at the Angel Stadium. My boy Trent Rush is going to get me in there to see him.
So if you go down to see Mike Trout, are you going to be like, hey, do you remember me? I gave you a fist bump at the 66ers game.
Yes, I will. You know me. Why wouldn't I?
Oh, Jesse's fans.
No, Jesse.
A live update from the NBA playoffs. Philadelphia is coming back to life here. It's late in the first quarter now, and Philadelphia has taken the lead on Boston by a score of 18-15. So, Jeff, here's the question I posed to you. The 76ers are up on Boston. The Game 5 is in Boston. Let's say Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid, Redick, McConnell, the rest of the guys, they pull off a Game 5 win. They go back to Philadelphia for Game 6.
Then it gets dicey.
Doesn't it get a little bit, shady there, right? I mean, because now it looked like Boston was just going to run away with it. Philadelphia, I don't know. This is again, they're all must win. This is do or die. Philadelphia loses, the season's over, but this is a pivotal Game 5. If they can get Game 5, I think they also get Game 6 in Philadelphia. Now it comes to a Game 7, and anything can happen.
It could, but I do think Boston is probably the better team. Philadelphia is just too streaky. You have a point guard who's 6'11", who has not made a three all season. I think they're going to exploit that, and I think Boston will narrowly get the victory in Boston tonight.
Well, it's a 1-point game now. Philadelphia on top of the Celtics, but again, very, very early here in their Game 5 playoff series. So the Dodgers in action against the first-place Diamondbacks tonight. Big Halos win this morning, I guess into the afternoon in Colorado. And CBU baseball again leading Dixie State by a score of 8-2 out there in St. George, Utah. Let's take a look at some of those Major League Baseball scores from this afternoon, because usually Wednesday, Thursday, that's like getaway day. They play like an early day game, and they get on the planes and they fly to the next city, or some of them have a day off, but they have to get to the next location. But we've got a lot of final scores from across Major League Baseball. This one's kind of ironic. Remember we were talking about Matt Harvey yesterday of the Mets? He got traded when we were on the air to the Cincinnati Reds.
They're playing each other, aren't they?
They're playing each other. I know it's going to take some time for Harvey to join the team and get acclimated, but it would be really funny if they ran him out there against the Mets.
That'd be awesome.
Wouldn't it be awesome?
It would be.
The Reds win today, extra innings against the Mets, 10 innings, 2-1 the final score. Let's see, the Indians over the Brewers by a score of 6-2. Texas Rangers also going extra innings with Detroit. The Rangers win by a score of 5-4. Pittsburgh won better than the White Sox, 6-5. The Cubs hammer the Florida Marlins by a score of 13-4. We told you the Angels beat the Rockies 8-0. Well, guess what? The Astros also won this afternoon. So they're still neck and neck in that American League West. The Astros beat the Oakland A's 4-1. Garrett Cole got the win for Houston. He is unbelievable. And that was a steal. I mean, there's a lot of offseason moves, but him going from Pittsburgh to Houston might have been the biggest move of the offseason.
Yes, I agree.
The rich got richer. The World Series champs adding Garrett Cole. Some games in progress right now in Major League Baseball. Orioles leading the Royals 3-2. That game is a real stinker. Those are two teams that could lose 100 games each this season, and they're playing each other.
And just think, Kansas City's just a few years
I know,
removed.
they're bad now. Yeah, they're real bad.
So bad.
Yankees and Red Sox, that's always fun. Fourth inning out there in the Bronx, and the Yankees are up 4-2. Phillies on top of the Giants, 3-0. All you Dodger fans can rejoice about that one. Seattle leading Toronto 2-1, and one more score in the fifth inning as well. This one's the Braves and the Rays, and the Braves are leading the Rays by a score of 5-0. All right, tomorrow on the show, we'll talk more NBA playoffs because I'm suspecting we're going to have our conference finals all set up. I'm still thinking Boston's going to win tonight against Philadelphia. And if they don't, I guess we'll have more to talk about tomorrow because that's going to be very interesting if the Sixers can battle all the way back.
It would be interesting.
I'm going to be really excited. The Quakes taking on Lake Elsinore tonight. Mike Lindskog will have the call live here on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. Again, no Yasiel Puig. He is back with the Dodgers in right field, hitting 7th in the Dodgers lineup tonight against the first-place Diamondbacks. So the Quakes without Puig taking on Lake Elsinore. Game will start at 6 o'clock. The pregame will start in, just about 5 minutes right here on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. Plus, we want to remind everyone, Saturday night, Lone Mart Field, Star Wars night.
That's right.
Oh, I can feel it. Oh, I love that music. Han Solo and Chewie on the jerseys. I can't wait for the Solo movie. I need it to be good. I need to get reinvested into Star Wars.
If it's bad, I'm going to ban Star Wars maybe for the rest of my life.
Man.
I have to.
You love Star Wars.
I love it more than life itself. If they said no more Star Wars, I would collapse.
You love milk.
Yes.
You love Star Wars.
Yes.
And you love minivans.
I do. 3 things that I cannot live without.
That's what you love most.
Yes, it is.
Just like Greg Hollow loves Creed and eating pizza by himself. Those are his 2 favorite things.
And Grunion runs.
Grunion runs.
Yes, of course.
And Grunion runs. The Quakes are coming up right here on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. We turn things over to the great Mike Skoggy Skog, Michael Skog in Rancho Cucamonga baseball.
Hey, and remember, I love you. I love each and every one of you right now. Because today was nothing but love, baby.
See you tomorrow, 3 o'clock on your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.